Recording live for YouTube. YouTube, this is the full top 16 of the Meta Championship Series, $2,000 global best players around the world tournament. Gia is going to be chaptering all of the duels throughout all of this, and you're not going to miss a single thing. This is the week of Tearlament. We are only posting this on YouTube because it's been so highly demanded, and the last time we did it, it was greatly supported. With that said, Hajime, it looks like we have Tearlament versus Tearlament, making sure I'm recording, everything is good. Full top 16. Going into this event, we have Tearlament as Tier 1, bordering Tier 0, 48% of tournament top index. It's absolutely nuts. We're going to chain Maxi to the Mudora, special summoning onto the field. Now, we are triggering the Agito. Normally, you do not want to trigger the millers unless you have a shuffler that's active, which we have the Mudora. Now, we're looking at all the cards that were milled. We have Havness, Rhinoheart. Rhinoheart's activatable. We're going to discard the Solik in response to that, is what we're going to have to do. The opposing player also has a Rhinoheart, which is not activatable, but we have a Scream. So that is unfortunate there. Just Scream, and we got double trigger. We're holding off on the Rhinoheart. We're going to hold on to the Sulliek, searching for a Sulliek, come forth in Shokan into our Kid Kalos. We have not used up our normal summon yet, and we are under the Max C challenge. There's a super polymerization here. We've got to be very careful about the Moo Dragon. It's going to be same attribute of two different monsters, but different type. Spinning, he looked at the hand. He sees the super polymerization, and he spins back the field spell. So we're ending with an imperm negate and permanent monster negate, plus we can mill 5 and mill 8 with the Scream. Let's go. So no super poly play here. All right. Mudora, we're gonna get our active shuffler on the field, and we are triggering Kelbeck. Are you out of your damn mind? We're gonna mill 8. Are you ready? Mill 3, we got Shadow Beast to draw 1. We are triggering. It is time. We got Rhinoheart's gonna summon to the field. Beast's gonna draw 1. Scream's gonna activate, searching for the trap. And Sharon is gonna fusion summon. We could chain the Mudora to spin back the Sharon, stopping the fuse. No fuse for you. Now, Keldo is gonna be spinning back the Rhino. What we could have done in response to the Kelbeck activating, we could have chained impermanence onto the Mudora before our card gets to the graveyard, and that would have stopped Mudora. Mudora would be negated, then you would mill, then Mudora cannot activate. Well, it would be negated. So I do think an impermanence, if you're about to mill 8, was actually the correct play. Who disagrees with that? All right, we're gonna spin back our own field spell back into the deck. He milled another Mudora, though. Yeah, I guess there was a chance of him milling another Shuffler, so I guess maybe you should expect that they will randomly mill a Shuffler and just hold on to the Imperm, maybe. So maybe I take that back. I guess it was good to hold on to the Impermanence. All right, set 3 pass, and we have no rank 4 Exceed play. We were forced to use our Mudora on the field. No Baguska, no Zeus, no Dryden. We're going to send a Sulliek. Sulliek's going to activate, searching for a Tearlament Rhinoheart on summon. Mill 3 with the Scream. We're not going to summon yet. Are we going to play into a Call to the Grave? That's going to be turning off the ability to use whatever card we banish for both players for 2 turns. You got to remember that. Using the Kit Kalos to send itself and special summon Rhinoheart, not using up our normal summon, scooping it up, not even bothering, not gonna, maybe called by the grave on Kit, but then it turns off your Kit, or just let him mill, maybe just call by the grave whatever he tries to fuse with. Wow, this is top 16. There is a time limit, so if we want to make sure we're playing within time, an early surrender is actually a good idea. So very good, let's hop into the next duel. Hayes and Snitrox. So Snitrox winning game 1. Let's hop into game 2. Yeah, that was unfortunate. We went second. As usual, most top tier decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! You want to go first. Harpy Feather Duster. Kelbeck to spin a card on being sent. Wait a second. Hayes lost and chose to go second? I have to double check this. Are you sure on that? What? Hayes? Wait, Hayes won. Oh, I swapped them up. They are, okay. Snitrox at the bottom. So correction. My bad. They're both tiers. All right, let's go. Hayes at the top. Hayes was at the top. All right, we're good. No birds in the top cut? I don't know. Floowandereeze might be in the top cut. Okay, we're swapped up. Hayes won game 1. Snitrox lost. So Snitrox is going first. We have Max C to be dealing with. Not chaining Max C. Okay. Maybe he wants to wait for them to commit with the Kit Cal into maybe a double fusion play before we go with the Max C. Milling our Cal back. Okay. Maybe he just wants to catch him in a more vulnerable position before resolving the Max C. Now, we're going to Cal back mill 5 for both players, also searching for a Sharon to be used next turn. It's time to mill. Now let's trigger everything. Sulliek's going to be searching for a monster. Merly is going to fusion summon. No more trigger effects. We're now quick affecting. We're going to chain the Mudora, spin back, and we did not trigger any fusions of ourselves, so that's why I guess he's not chaining the Max C yet. But when the Kid Callus activates, I assure you, the Max C is coming out. Maybe even on Sharon. It's just like, okay, we committed to the field enough. Now it's time to Max C. Who thinks it's good to hold on to Max C like that? Wait for them to commit a bit more. And I think the reason for that is if you Max C early, they Mekk-Knight Callus, they search Sulliek, they set, they end. But if you don't Max C, then the Kid Callus will probably not search for the Sulliek, and they're going to be caught, you know, maybe wide open a little bit. It was a bit easier to make Dweller now that you did not Max C early. We're going to special summon the Merly. He's going in on that Max C. 7 cards in the hand. Are you out of your mind? Mill 8. Calback. Orange. We got a Guido, and he's actually doing both. Mill 10 for both players. Chaining the Abyss Dweller, so nothing will be activatable in your graveyard, whatever you mill. Let's get milling. Let's check out from the top of their deck. They are milling. We got Rhino, Havnis, Merly. We are activating. We are searching. We are double fusion summoning. And we're special summoning our Rhino Heart in the field. We could very easily make a Sprite Elf here. This is an incredibly explosive turn. So on one end, the opponent's locked out of their graveyard from activating, but they're drawing from Max C. I don't know whose position I'd rather be in. It's only turn 1, believe it or not, into Kaleido Hearts. And we do see that there's an evenly matched here, which he needs to swing in Havnis, it needs to die, and then we could evenly match him. And in the Sulliek, we got Crime. Crime for evenly match, but there's double evenly match. You negate the first, there's 3. He's got 3 evenly match. How can we stop the Havnis from going to the graveyard? We are going to be activating our Shuffler, shuffling the opponent's Shufflers and the Fairy Tale Snow back into the deck. Fairy Tale Snow is going to be chain special summoning onto the fields. Yeah, you know, like we needed Snow to flip down Havnis during the battle phase. Interesting. So forcing out the Snow early and double Snow. That's 14 cards banished to get Snow on the fields. To play around evenly matched, let's think about this. I know we're thinking, oh, Crime, but Crime can only stop 1. The ultimate way to stop evenly matched is to keep the Havnis on the field. So if he just giant Giga Brain uses Sulliek to send Snow, to then reborn Snow in the battle phase, to then flip down Havnis in the battle phase, and then he cannot evenly match. There's no way he's doing that. And he's probably not going to Heartbeat Feather Duster to play around that play. He's just going to flip right back up. There's no way. There's no way. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. Merly on summon, going to mill 3. He's not going to Duster first. He's going to try to swing in Havnis, then go into evenly match. He's not even doing that. He's just going in. He's going to make his normal plays. He's not going to try to evenly match. We are Shokaning into Dark. He played around the Sulliek send Snow, but no, he didn't because he's not crashing the Dark. He's just going to kill Dweller. So he's not evenly matching? What's going on? All right. I thought he was playing around the flip down. Oh my God, he outplayed himself. Oh my God, no. The Dark was gonna stay on the field. He couldn't activate any of the evenly matches. You got Crime, but he's got 2 more. What is going on? Is everything by accident, or is it big brain after big brain? Like oh no, he's gonna Kaleido Heart me. How did he know? Did he know that? Double evenly match, banishing everything but the Rukalos. Wow, that's it for Rhino-Heart, Snow, Dweller. Oh my Jesus, ton of cards banished. Making Dweller MP2. I mean, we're gonna win game number 2 now. The double evenly match play, that was way too good. Both Tearlament players playing Snow in the main deck. Very good card to be playing. We are now shuffling our Field Spell, Diviner, Terraforming back into the deck, hoping for a good top deck. Ripping into the Rhino Heart, but the Dweller is gonna turn off our graveyard for the entire turn. Rhino on summon, send the Sharon is not activatable. By swinging into the opponent's Exceed monster, that makes it so you could Zeus main phase 2 if you can make an Exceed, which you cannot. That's going to be triggering the field spell, and Rukalos is not going to activate in the grave because of the Dweller. Goodbye, Rukalos. No disruption. Well, we have Havness. We could be milling something good. It's only activatable if a monster activates. That's a big Havness, boosted by the field spell, wiping out the Rhino Heart. We do have a shuffler in our graveyard, right? So let's do a shuffle check. No shuffle. What the heck? Shuffle check. We do have Snitrox has a shuffler. Harpy Feather Duster wiping out the Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave going in onto the Sharon, which will turn off your own Sharon also. So if you Havness mill Sharon, you may regret that. We'll see. We'll see. Focus, focus. Normal summon the Snow, Shokan into the Dark. Dark was spun back into the deck, stealing the Merly, chaining the Havness. What are we milling off of this? Mudora is going to spin back the Merly. I'm not going to allow you to mill 3. Only I will mill 3. Now, neither player has a shuffler in their graveyard. We milled Merly, very good, not a Sharon, which is negated right now. We will be able to fusion Shokan into our Kid Kalos. Kid Kalos could send a Tearlament to fuse. You sent Sharon! You called by the grave to Sharon! No! Okay. Swinging in, taking out the Havness. We could have made a Rukalos or a Dragos Depelia there. Normal summon Kaldo, and we're going to go right into the Snow play, which we're going to Kaldo spin back the Snow, but with 20 cards on the graveyard, we're going to banish 7 again. Now, I do want to reiterate this. It's turn 7. This is not TCG. That means that their timer is actually on their booty. The timer's chasing them. They have to quickly make plays. Let's go, let's go. They will time out. We've had players timing out all day today. Snow on Summon's going to activate to flip. Kid Cal could flip right back up, sending itself to the graveyard to special summon a monster from the grave. The Kaldo in the hand, not activatable, no shuffler in the graveyard. We are milling 5, milling Havness and Merly, and the Shadow Beast was milled earlier, I believe, so we're not going to be drawing off of that. Come forth the Fusion Shokan into our Rukalos, returning back the Kid Kalos, and we do not have Kaleido Heart anymore, unless we get a Crime in the graveyard to return it back in the extra. So we are going to... Still negated, man. You're still negated. Okay. Let's go. Back to you. Kaldo discarding Kalbeck. 3 cards. So if you discard a Kalbeck, do you think you could mill your opponent with 3 cards? You cannot. But if you were to have shuffled 2 cards back in their deck before getting the Kalbeck in the graveyard, then you would be able to activate the Kalbeck. You cannot now do it. It's not possible. Fairy Tail Snow, 3 to 4 cards. Holy moly. Rukalos is going to negate by sending a Tearlament you control to the graveyard afterward. Well, it actually doesn't have to because it needs to destroy. So if it's banished in the graveyard, it does not need to send. It's a free negate. Dark's going to steal the Merly. You have 4 cards left in your deck and you're going to mill 3. Milling into the Sharon. Chain Link blocking with the Rhino, even though the Rukalos already activated to negate the Snow. Wow, eat the negate with Snow, and Snow counters Rukalos. Very good. Returning 3 back in the deck to make that Kaleido Heart on summon, spin a card on the field, back into the deck. Also triggering the field spell, popping the Kid Callus with only 3 cards in the deck, cannot even activate to mill. Merely gonna fusion summon into an additional monster. We're just gonna win this turn. No deck out victory needed. Wow. That is going to be a 2-0 victory, and it's all thanks to that crazy double evenly matched play. He had the crime to stop it. Are you doubling the attack? No way. What are you doing? 7,000 attack. You absolute mad lad. Lethal damage. Now, there might be someone going, what, Dugaris? If you open up just the Ashizu cards, if you Kaldo, let's say, special summon, then normal summon, Dugaris, draw 2, maybe discard a Tearlament. It could be good if you brick turn 1. That is a 2-0. Let's go. All right, all right. We have Terramare. Terramare. Oh, wait, Terramare, you're now playing Tearlament, right? We're going to watch Plunt versus Elida Coroner. I'm going to try to watch a non-Tearlament mirror match here, and hopefully this is it. Hopefully. Copefully. Dutiful Boat, big 3 months. Thank you for the 3 fish out of the claws for me. Fool, it's your boy. Thank you for 37 months. Real Floo, 36. Tearlament is way too expensive. Can I have a 39-month refund? Absolutely not. It is another Tearlament mirror. I'm going to check another game, and then we'll go back to that later, because I do want to watch everything. Please, please, where's the mirror? No more mirror, no more mirror. There's going to be a mirror in the finals, probably. Sprite Melfi is the solution to Tear. Herald of Arclight against the Mills being banished afterward. That's pretty good. Holy crap, it's another mirror match. Oh my Jesus. Let's check someone else real quick. So we have Terramare versus Mobile X. Is it Mobile X playing something else? We have 2 mirror matches waiting for us. Sprite Melfi, that's the way. Let's go, let's go. Stiza Sama, thank you for the tier 1. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got branded tier, I think. So not really the mirror match. Ecclesia kid special summon the Albaz and fuse with the opponent's field during their turn. It's kind of a disruption. If a dead Sulliek, the Herald of Orange Light is live. It could discard the Dramaturge to negate. We're going to be searching with the Sulliek, grabbing the Rhino Heart. Mudora discarding the Agido. I mean, we're both playing tier. And you did trigger my Sharon. Okay. Tragedy and Sharon. And we're now going to be Kaldo stopping the Sharon from fusion summoning. Very good, very good. It's good to visualize the trigger state and then the quick effect state. So if you're a turn player and your opponent starts triggering, that means that the turn player did not mill anything that could trigger, because they would be the one that would trigger first on the lower chain links. Branded in red, chaining to grab the Albaz to then put it to the hand, and we're not going to be fusing. We're just adding it back. Come to me. All right, we are fusing. Why not? We're going to go into the Branded Dragon, but you banish the Albaz. So generally, you can't make Mirror Jade if you banish the Albaz of Branded in red. Can we fuse into anything? We have Sharon in the graveyard. Okay. Are we activating? We don't have to discard on summon. Everything being spun back in the deck, negating the Kaldo from spinning back. We're going to be searching, grabbing a Dramaturge. If we get fused with the Dramaturge, then it will be reborning itself back onto the field. We're going to chain Kalbeck to spin back the Albion. Rip. Okay, so we can't make a Dramaturge with the Albion now. So what exactly are we banishing to make? Sulliek back into the deck. Goodbye to the Albion. Albion is going to resolve by banishing the Dramaturge and the Herald of Orange Light, making the Masquerade, triggering the Dramaturge to summon itself back onto the field. We are under max C. Draw 2 off of that play. Every activation is going to cost 600 life points. Normal summoning the Rhino Heart. We have a rank 4 exceed plus a fusion play. Big burn, big burn. Mill 3, we got Mudora, Scream Kid Search, Merly gonna fuse. Are we activating both? I think so. Yes, we are. Merly and Scream, search for the trap and fusion summon. Now he summoned into defense, which is not, it doesn't matter because the Scream is reducing you by 500 anyway. Which, I mean, Scream's reduce is ridiculous. it doesn't just reduce the current field. It reduces any newly summoned monster, and it reduces even if it leaves the field. Why is it so good? Dramaturge is going to negate the effect of the Kid Callus on summon, an extra deck monster being summoned. That's what the Dramaturge does. And now we're going into Borbo into Zeus. Direct attack with a Borbo. We're going to have 4 material Zeus. Do we Trident pop first? Yes, we do. Trident pop the Dramaturge, then 4 material Zeus. I'm on the Trident now. I think that's the way. It's banned in TCG, banned in OCG. It's only legal in Master Duel. You should use it. 4 material Zeus plus pop a card in the field. How could you give that up? It's way too good. Set a Dead Sulliek. We're going to be triggering the Dead Sulliek because you know what? It could be anything, which what could it have been? I don't even know what it could have even been. What, you know, just take no chances, right? We're going to be triggering everything. Sulliek searching probably for a Havnis since this is during the end phase. We got Scream, Sulliek, Kick Kalos, mill 5, and get searching. We do have some triggers here. We have Havnis and Sharon. I think it not even really to deal with the trap, but to trigger your mill and then use up your hard once per turn fusions during your opponent's turn before it's your next turn. That pretty much ensures victory here. I'd say so. That will negate the Havnis, but then the Havnis will then fuse in the graveyard if you try to negate its summon. Shokan into the Kaleido Heart. And we just have lethal with this field. 9,000 damage. Let's go. Attack, attack. Whoa, Masquerade. It will get stopped by the Mudora, so it's not too exciting here. If there's an extra deck monster on the field, Masquerade, summon to block, no good. All of that life point loss just from the Masquerade. And just like that, we're going to be hopping into Game 2. Branded versus Tearlament. All right, Branded Tearlament, a Shizu Tearlament. Mobile X. Let's hop into the next game. Let's go, let's go. You need double tax, Dragon. That's right, double. Ooh, whoa, 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 oof. The 37 months says YouTube. Thank you. Palms NZ, Palm NZ, thank you for the Prime sub. We're going to open this up with a Branded Fusion. The downside of Branded Fusion is you can't make Dweller, not even before activating Branded Fusion. You could Dweller, then Anaconda, then send the Branded Fusion, but you can't activate the card. We're going to make a Lubellion. We're going to be triggering the Tragedy to grab an Aluber, and we're going to be fusion summoning into the Ice Dragon, which is not a dragon, it's a worm. Mirror Jade. Aluber will be our normal summon to grab a Branded in red. Now, this is a 15-card side deck tournament. This is not hard once per turn. Multiple copies, multiple activations. Look at your opponent's hand, banish a card until the next end phase, which will be their end phase, but you disrupt their turn. And Maxi's pretty kind of nullifying that in a bit. Instead of Branded in red, we got the Banishment, which is kind of like Branded in red, could summon a Despia or a level 8 fusion for the graveyard to then fuse with. We're going to minus 2,000, look at the opponent's hand. Before he rips the Call by the Grave out of our hand, we're going to use our Appointer, I should say our Call by the Grave in response to it, chaining the Branded Banishment onto our Tragedy before it gets banished by the Call by the Grave to then fuse into our minus 600 per card activation Masquerade. After our first Appointer, we should be using another one. Goodbye to the Havnis. On resolution, are we going to activate again? Yes, we are. Show me that hand. What do we take out here? The Foolish Burial Goods could get us a Sharon or a Rhino by sending a Sulliek from the deck to the grave. If we don't deal with Murley and the Scream's going to mill 6. I mean, he's got too many starters. He's getting rid of Murley. We could literally grab Murley back with the Foolish Burial Goods if we want to. Double Appointer, and it does not stop his play. Burial Goods and Sulliek. We could grab Sharon, Murley, Rhino Heart. Grab anything we want here. We're going to grab the Sharon for mill 6. Now, can we afford all of this minus 600 nonsense? We do have the non-targeting banish right now. We did not mill anything too good here. We are activating the Scream to mill an additional. Get ready. We're also chaining Mudora to spin the Shuffler back so our newly milled card will not be disrupted by the Shuffler. Very good to do this. Also, if you have a DD Crow their Shuffler before you mill, just as we're doing right now. And we have a Rhino Heart, which could discard our Sulliek. We're going to lose our Sulliek. We have a rank 4 Exceed here if we want. And we're also going to be triggering to fuse. And we're dealing with a Hovness. Do we have our own Shuffler to use? We have no Shuffler to deal with this Hovness. Triggering a Merly to fuse on the opponent's turn. Only 3,200 life off of every card effect activation. You do the math. How many more activations do we have left? Fusion Shokan into Kit Kalos, but this Kit Kalos could send a Tearlament to then fuse into a Dragostapelia or a Rukalos. So this will turn into disruption on the opponent's turn. Minus 600 again. Turn player will search for Kit Kalos, non-turn player generally will send. We're gonna send the Albion with the effect of the Mirror Jade to banish the Rukalos, I should say the Kit Kalos off the field, and then we're gonna make Rukalos or Dragostapelia. It's too much. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 1-1. Let's go. That was a crazy duel. Mobile X and Terramare. Let's hop into game number 3. The taxes are too much. TK Guardian Pog, the 3 months officially out of the clause for me. Thank you. Vaffin Kolomik with the 6 months officially shooting Laser Beam says drugs. Thank you. Engine OW sup at Decade. If I use 2 Lightning Storm on a Link monster that was protected by IP, do you still think the protection will count? So how are you Lightning Storming twice in 1 turn and it does still protect? Like anime, like maybe you Lightning Storm with 2 hands at the same time. That would maybe work. All right, let's go. We got Field Spell grabbing Rhino Heart, no disruption in sight. We got full combo, full play. We have rank 4 Exceed, which will be our Dweller play. Pot of P banish 3. Okay, goodbye Dryden and Sprite. You want the Chakanine and the Borbo, so you can make the rank 4 Exceed into attack directly into the 4 material Zeus. So getting rid of Dryden is the way. Now, we're gonna unfortunately have to fuse with the Rhino Heart on the fields. And we do not have a level 4 monster, and we're grabbing the Merly instead. So we have Mudora to make that rank 4, so it's okay. We didn't have to search for a Sharon to summon off of the Kit Kalos. Now, if we don't mill the Scream, we could use the Foolish Burial Goods to send Scream to search for our trap. This is mill 8. Mill 8. Let's go. Dweller now? Why Dweller now? You could, wait. You don't have to Dwell now. You could chain it to your own Agido. So we have Agido. We have the Sulliek to search for a monster. We have Heartbeat to grab the Crime. Oh, this is going to be nasty. He's going to have Negate Monster plus Negate Monster, Spell, or Trap. He's got Dweller. He's going to have Rukalos. This is going to be insane disruption. How are we going to break this field? The Crime can negate the activation of the Branded Fusion, which means we could activate another one. That's the only saving grace here. Rukalos also negates the activation of Branded Fusion, thus you can activate another one. Not making Rukalos, making a Dragostapelia instead. Our Graveyard's gonna be turned off, and he's got super negates in the back row. Dragostapelia will negate any monster on the field. We're gonna Keldo before being turned off by the Abyss Dweller, returning the Shufflers back into the deck. Now, you would think, why do we need to return the Shufflers if our Graveyard's already gonna be turned off? Well, with the Shuffler in the Graveyard, if we don't get rid of it, that gives him the ability to pop a card we control with the Field Spell whenever he wants. So we gotta turn off that play. We do not want the Field Spell to pop us whenever. We're gonna Branded opening, special summon, probably an Aluber here. Yep, getting an opening in the Graveyard also. Spin, 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 resolve the spins, activate the Aluber, and he's gonna think that this is the only Branded Fusion. So if he uses Crime to negate, he's actually turning off the ability to use Crime. You can't use Crime unless you have a monster in your hand. Now he has to randomly mill a Sulliek to then grab a monster to even use the Crime. We're going to negate the Aluber to not even grab a Branded Fusion. So this is kind of interesting. We're not gonna have an active Crime for the only Branded Fusion that he has. King of the Swamp, we're gonna go for a Chimera play instead. Can't negate polymerization. He can't even target the Chimera with the Sulliek. It's going to be untargetable. It's going to pop 1 and draw 2. Unbelievable. Chimera, so good. I know a lot of people are clowning on the King of the Swamp right now, and I know this is a branded deck, but the King of the Swamp in tier for the Chimera plays untargetable, 3,300. It's good. It's good. It deals with floodgates, pretty good for breaking the mirror match a little bit. Pops the Sulliek, which unfortunately turns on the Crime. He accidentally made Crime activatable now. Now, Crime turns off if they have no Tearlaments on the field, but we're not able to turn off all the Tearlaments. That's a big oof. This was not even activatable. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. But whatever he summoned was going to be negated by the Sulliek anyway, so it's kind of like lose-lose. Get negated by Sulliek, or Sulliek turns on the Crime. We're going to maxi chain to the Sharon, activate in the graveyard to Fusion Shokan into just going to be Kick Cow. Now, because we're under max C, we probably don't want to... That's activatable! He drew into it the second branded fusion! Let's go! Albion! Albion gonna banish from the field or graveyard. Now we're gonna Caldo. Oh, did you time out? No way. No way. Oh, he could have returned the Albaz back, and then he wouldn't be able to summon Mirror Jade. Timing out's real. It's real. We're playing by the normal time limit rules. Oh my God. I mean, that's it, right? Yeah, Mobile X wins. I'm supposed to solve the time limit problem. You think I'm supposed to do it? I don't want to make this a 2-day event, right? We can't have the whole tournament be increased timer. We're using the ladder time limit. It's the normal time limit. Do y'all really think I should have a whole tournament with an increased timer? I think increased timer turns the timer from 5 minutes to 8 minutes. Am I supposed to do that? Is that my responsibility? You tell me. I'll be looking at the feedback. You tell me. All right, let's go. I can't like adjust it to exactly what you want. It's short, normal, or long. That's it. Like those are the time limit rules that I could set. All right, let's go. Instant fusion, no disruption in sight. Triple Tactics Talent. I've recently been really liking this card against a deck like Exosister. Steal their Magnifica, pop them in the face with it, and then make a Zeus. Do we have any Exosister in the top 16, by the way? Milling a Mass Change 2 to make a Dark Law. Wow, okay, we got the Mass Change 2, which got us into the top 16. Scream's gonna activate to search for a Trap Sulliek for a monster. Sharon, gonna Fusion Shokan. We have not used up our normal summon yet. Let's go, let's go. Making Rue Kalos for the special summon negate. Send Havnis. Are we making Kaleido? Yes, we are. Kaleido is here. And we did not have a way to get the snow into the graveyard, unfortunately. We have negate with the Sulliek, negate a special summon with the Rue Kalos. We got Field Spell into Scream. We are hoping the opponent activates something so we could use our Triple Tactics talent to steal or draw 2. We're milling 3 in addition to our mill 3. Havnis activating. Merly activating. Do we have any shufflers in the graveyard? We do not. After all that milling, no shuffler. 2 fusion activations, and we're going to use Rue Kalos. Now, we could have chain link blocked the Rue Kalos with the Scream. You put Havnis and Merly on 1 and 2, you put the Scream on chain link 3, then Rue Kalos cannot activate, but we want the Rue Kalos to activate. We tricked him. We pretended to not be chain blocking. It was a joke. And the joke's on you because now I can Triple Tactics talent. Rue Kalos will not send for that negate, so it will not trigger the Kaleido. We are going to be going in on the imperm chaining, negate the search, and negate the ability to send itself. And then we're going to have that Tactics talent. What do you think we're going to do with it? We're going to play it in the middle column to get negated, surely. No, we are not. We are going to take control of a monster. Sulliek is going to probably send the Kaleido, so it's not going to be takeable. What you taking, mate? My Rue Kalos. Yoink. Rue Cal. And then Kaleido, Reborn, and Send. Going to negate double Rukalos on the same turn. I take your Rukalos to negate your Kaleido. Beautiful. We're going to Foolish Burial, send the Rhino Heart, which will send the Sulliek to reborn itself onto the field. Now we could rank 4 Exceed. Wow. I mean, all I think here is just like, where's the Max C? I can't believe you could just get away with this much special summoning. Where's the Max C to keep the Tearlament in check? Rulk should say something like you'd only have 1 Rukalos on the field, right? We are going in big damage. Plunt with the triple tactics outplay. Sending Kaleido, stealing the Rukalos to negate the Kaleido. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's hop into game number 2. Now, I guess a discussion would be, is sending Kaleido a mistake? Because then what else would have happened there? You know, he probably would have used the Kaleido effect on you anyway, right? Plunt and Elida, let's hop into game number 2. Our baby will be complete in 1 month with much love from Brazil. Smiley J. Palladino, 10 months. It's 1 month of the baby already being complete, my friend. Thank you. Kingslayer with the 5 months. Appreciate you. And with that said, game 2. Triple Tactics Talent. Everyone's playing it. Hold up. You're the Mekk-Knight Tearlament player. I forgot. You're not even regular Tearlament. You're Mekk-Knights. We are going to have to be playing under the Max C now. We are going to Ash Blossom, negate the Triple Tactics Talent. You will not be drawing 2. And, you know, we could have looked at the hand if we wanted to, which was not negatable by the Ash. Fairy Tale Snow in the grave now. That is a big deal. Hovness into the Kit Cow. How deep do we go under Max C? I would generally just search for the Sulliek, set, end. Mill 5 on the opponent's turn. Perfectly fine. We have a Mudora, Shuffler on the field and graveyard. The Snow's not going to be good for activating yet. We need to mill with the Kit Callus to get off the activatable Snow. We're not going to negate the Merly because we got the Shuffles. We're fine. Send, activate just the Sharon, the only one activatable, also searching. We're going to use the Engrave Mudora to stop that fusion summon. Get spinning. Now, do we have any shufflers of our own? We do not. No shuffles, just Sharon, and we're searching. We did use up our normal summons, so we're grabbing our Sharon, which if we discard the Rhino, it's not going to be able to reborn itself. There's no Tearlament in the hand. Now, Heartbeat's going to grab back the Sulliek. Hovness going to activate to fuse. We already used up our Mudora. We don't have Keldo. So this is when we're probably going to be using our Sulliek soon. Right now, Sulliek on the Kit Callus, I think, is a great play. Permanently negate. It's not going to have a good way to send itself to the graveyard by card effect. It's not going to search, so it's not going to mill 5. Great. Stopping all 3 effects. And then we are going to mill 5. Activate, mill 5, Triple Tactics Talent after not triggering anything. We're going to look at the hand, returning the Diviner back into the deck. And now we're going to make a double column to summon the Sky Blue. Blue Sky grabbing the Purple Knight, which is going to be summoning into the column of the Mudora. Freaking Mekk-Knights. Banishing itself to grab the Red Moon. Red Moon can destroy the Mudora if we wanted to, if we had one in the graveyard to activate it. We do not have Rukalos to stop this summon. Snow on summon, flip a monster on the field, face down, redirecting the attack onto the Snow. Only 2 cards left in the graveyard for the Snow to banish, now 3. Going in directly, no main phase 2 rank 4 exceed. We are going to make Lib. Lib is going to be searching for a World Legacy card. We're going to grab the World Legacy Memory, and that's it. Now, with the secret, what can we do here? When this is activated, you're going to summon a Mekk-Knight from the graveyard, then you're going to negate any monster effect activated in the same column. So you're screwed. Well, no, you could just summon, you could activate into where the Kit Callus is and you won't be negated. Or you could brick. That's a 2-0 victory. Mekk-Knight Tearlament. You're going to get that deck list at the end of the tournament. Good job. Let's hop into another duel. I know you're all getting sick of the Tear Mirror, you know, without some Mekk-Knight, so it's a little bit different. A little bit different. combined Duel Links and Master Duel. You get Tearlament, Mekk-Knight. All right, let's focus on what wins the mirror. Max C wins the mirror. Max C, if your opponent goes first, we are going to grab our Sharon with our Sulik, which plays into Max C. A lot of people talk about to play around Max C, just normal summon Rhinoheart, try to make a fusion, and they will most likely, in most circumstances, they'll activate Max C in response to that. Then you just make Kick Cal, search Sulik, set, pass, and you're good. Now he's at least going to draw 2 off the Max C. Leading with Sharon, maybe good in TCG, but I don't know about Master Duel because of Max C. We could still end here too. Well, you know, it would at least be worth it to make a Dweller, but we're going further. I think he's drawing 3. He's going Kick Kalos and Dweller. We have the Kalbeck waiting for him to send a card from the hand or deck to the graveyard to spin a card in the field back. It's not going to happen. We're setting up a pretty good turn 1 despite that Max C. And Abyss Dweller is now here. We have Dweller turn off the graveyard. We have Sulik negate a monster on the field. Havnis respond to a monster effect. No way to stop the Dweller. No impermanence play. No droplet. Did not activate Dweller to play around the impermanence. Discarding King of the Swamp to grab Polymerization. Now we could go into a Chimera play. Chimera is going to be untargetable from the Sulik. Polymerization all about breaking the field turn 2. Mudora is going to get spinning. Spin back so you cannot activate the field spell whenever you want. Flipping up the Sulik right now. He knows that that Polymerization into Chimera is about to happen. We're going to Kalbeck, spin back the Dweller. So now we got 2 bodies on the field. And now, Terraforming, come to me. We have the field spell. What happened here? Did he not he just did not mill well with the Kick Kalos? Really? No fusion? You got to be kidding me. Scream is now here, not activatable unless we have a Tearlament monster ourselves. Not going for a Zeus play. Looks like we're just going to main phase 2 Dweller. NP2 Dwell. Dwell turns off the turn. And that's going to trigger the field spell to pop the Dweller. Rip. Field spell, wipe out Dweller. What could we have done to play around that? That was not so good for us. Oops. Dora, return Rhinoheart, activate the field spell again. And what happens if both players activate the field spell? The non-turn player field spell is going to win. So are we having a Tearlament in our graveyard return back? We can't even trigger our field spell. So ours won't activate, only theirs will, and it's going to wipe out ours. Now with the Havnis, that could trigger alongside the Scream to mill 6. We also got Max C. So we're far from done. We got lots of plays. Chalice or Ghost Mourner? Ghost Mourner. Havnis, mill 3. We got a Shuffler. We have a Trap Search. We have a Monster Search, but we already used the effect of the Havnis. Are we going to trigger a Tearlament off of this mill? Does the opponent have a Shuffler in the graveyard? Let's check right now. No Shuffler in the graveyard, so if we mill, we're going to get Fusion. We just have to play around the Sulik, which will negate the Kid Kalos. This is it. Milling 3. We have Rhino and Merly. Get ready. Making a Kid Kalos of our own. Why are we not under Max C, by the way? Did we, forget to Max C? We're not under Call to the Grave. I don't think so. What the heck? Merly and Rhinoheart. Discard Sharon. Fusion Shokan. And I am expecting the Sulik to negate whatever is summoned here. Kid Cal, adding the Sharon. Activate, spin back Kit. Chain Havnis first, then you could Sulik. Now we're Max C'ing. So it looks like players are waiting for a bigger commitment before Max C'ing. I've been seeing that multiple times today. To not shotgun the Max C early, even on the first special summon. We are milling a Havnis. Havnis, get Fusion Summoning. Do we have a Shuffler in the graveyard? Kid Cal's going to mill an additional 5. We do have a Shuffler. We're going to shuffle back Kit Kalos, Havnis, and our own Dweller to recycle and use next turn. Mill that 5. What did we mill? We have Rhinoheart reborning onto the field, discarding the Merly, all under Max C, by the way. Get Fusion Summoning into our own Kaleido Heart on summon, spinning the opposing Kaleido Heart back into the extra deck. Into battle we go. We're not threatening lethal. We don't have a rank 4 exceed play here. We can't make Dweller. Is our Dweller gone? I think ours is also shuffled back into the extra. All right, triple tactics, talent, Palmerizing. What the heck is Maxi and Agito? A Mood Dragon? What? What the heck? Okay, trigger the Agito. What the? Wow. Never seen that before. Mood Dragon to change to dark, making dark monsters untargetable. And we're milling more with the Agito. Get Mama Millin. Sharon gonna activate, Merly gonna activate. Surely we have a shuffler in the graveyard. Wait, we do. Okay, maybe you overactivated into the Medora? Yeah? You generally do not want to activate all your Tearlaments. You kind of want to activate just one if they have a shuffler, but it does become different if you have Tearlaments and shufflers in addition to that you do not, or maybe Snow that you don't want them to also target. So if you have better than 3 targets, then it's okay to activate all 3. But if you don't, then you don't do that. And I don't think, maybe that was the case. You did have Snow. Ton of cards milling. Look at all the effects fizzle. Fizzle, 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 fizzle. No effect, no effect, no effect. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Havness activate in the graveyard. Field spell, get popping on the Scream. Mudora could shuffle a trap in the graveyard back so that our Scream can be activatable to search it. And we're also going to spin back the opposing Havness. Did we mill 15 this turn? Oh my cheeses. Activate, grab it. More mills. 7 cards left in our deck, 5 for the opponent. Havness activating, Scream searching, Merly get fusion summoning. We haven't even triple tactics talented yet. And we are going to shuffle with the Keldo, stopping your fuse, chaining the Snow to special summon and flip down. What the heck is going on this turn? This has been so much. How many card effects have been activated? Get ready for Snow to get flipping. And we are shuffle, 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 successfully fusing into our Kid Kalos. Havness is going to fizzle, grabbing a second Sulliek. Snow's going to flip down the Kaleido. Kit Cal's going to send or search. We're also going to chain negate the Snow. No flip for you, send the Havness. Keeping the Kaleido face up, grabbing a Scream for next turn with the Kit Cal. We could rank 4 exceed into Zeus, or not because our Snow's now gone. We could steal a level 4 and then rank 4 exceed, or we're going to draw 2 instead. Sharon, discard Havness, special summon, mill 3, down to 3 cards left in our deck. And now, with the Mood Dragon, we're going to make a Baguska in D. You have less cards than your opponent. Now, you can't activate the Miller if either player has less than 5 cards in their deck. Not activatable. Scream. But what you could do is if your opponent has 5 cards in their deck, you can activate Agito and Kelbeck in the same chain, and it will deck them out. All right, we're going to Imperm, negate the Sulliek from getting the Kaleido in the graveyard. I think that's what he wanted to do, in addition to negating the Baguska, which was very good. Snow is going to be negated, but still be summoning. We are using the Keldo to spin back the Snow, and he did not want that to happen. So just get the body on the field. Our back row is dead. It's only activatable if we have a Tearlament. And the field spell now being triggered off of a Tearlament being shuffled back in the deck, that's going to pop the Baguska. So Field Spell and Sulliek, 2 cards were disruptive in a way to deal with the Baguska. Rukalos going to be able to negate the Reborn of the Snow, but we have enough cards to Reborn Snow twice. Unless we were able to Kaleido spin back, but Kaleido is negated right now. And the Rukalos will not be able to send the Kaleido. Doesn't even bother. Doesn't even bother. He's got 15 cards in the graveyard for the Snow. He taps out. I'm out. Nope. Wait, that was just game 1? Oh my jeez, this is gonna be a long day. Okay, let's hop into game 2. Is Red Reboot being played today? I have not seen any Red Reboots. I have not looked at any deck lists, but from what I've casted, I have not seen any Red Reboots. Okay, Exchange of the Spirit with the Gravekeeper Trap will be turning off the graveyard from no activate, nothing. Merely mill 3, Rhino Heart, chaining the Maxi. Now, how deep do we go? We probably could just end like this, actually. We already have Sulliek. Wait, we have to discard the Sulliek. That's not good. We're going to have to commit a little harder under this Max C to at least Kit Cal search a Sulliek. I don't think we could end like this. There's no way. Yeah, see, we are fusing. Shokan, Merly, and Sharon into the Kit Cal. We could search for Sulliek, then we could end. Imperm, negate the Kit Cal. It's now, all three of its effects are gonna be pretty much negated here. Can't mill 5, can't send to the graveyard to reborn, can't search. Exchange of the Spirit does nothing. It's a dead set. It's a bluff. Polymerization, the bluff worked. He's gonna pop the bluff. Let's go, Chimera. Untargetable Chimera, draw 2, pop 1, fusion summon. DD Crow could stop the fusion, and that we are gonna do that. What else did we send? We sent Swamp. You know, that draw 2 is gonna be good. Get ready for that draw 2. And you just triggered my triple tactics talent, by the way. All right. So what's interesting is you did not Havness. No Havness. Were you chainlink blocked from Havnessing? Havness, yeah, the graveyard Sharon chainlink blocked your Havness from activating. We're now looking at the hand, and we're gonna take your Havness and spin it back in the deck. 3,300 untargetable. How do you deal with something untargetable? You're gonna have to Scream reduce it, Field Spell, but boost up your monster. Just being a 33 untargetable beat stick, it's now gone. Dark can reborn Kit Callus if it's in the graveyard and you get the effect. I can't believe it. It's so broken. It should say only on fusion summon. It's if special summoned, you get the effect. Are you kidding me? All right, grabbing the Sharon. Sharon gonna discard our Calbeck. Are we resolving it? We're milling 3, activating Merly, passing on the Calbeck, returning Kit Callus back in the extra, so it's not gonna trigger for the opponent to mill 5. And now we got Kaleido Heart spinning back the Exchange of the Spirit back into the deck you go. And we got Max C. That's our only disruption here. Triple Tactics Talent. Okay, we're not gonna have to Max C. Okay. Mudora pass. It's a shuffler on the field. It could stop main phase 1. That's it. We're going to Dark Reborn the Crow. And we're making a Goddess. Get Lincoln. Oh my Goddess. Negate the whole field of monsters if there were any. Negate a graveyard effect. And just like that, lethal damage 2-0 victory. Sepla went first game 1. He won. He played against Max C. Sepla, then Max Seed. Jay Collin going first. A great duel. Lots of 2-0s today. All right, let's go. Let's go. We are going to be watching. So I think we're going to be hopping into the next top 16 room. Jay, we have 2 of them, right? Let's see if we could find any non-Tearlament players. I'm looking for them. This will be 2 seconds. Top 16, room 2. Did you already count up the top 16 deck types, Gia? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. All right, let's go. Well, I revisit Branded when Bystials come out. I'm playing a little bit of Branded even before then, but yeah. I do want to say that while Bystial is going to counter any light or dark... Whoa, we have a non-Tearlament deck here. Bystial is a light at the end of the tunnel for any deck that does not play light or darks. That's a rogue deck because this will... what will probably come out, you'll probably have the Saranir, the Magna Hut, and the Druid Swarm. That's going to be 9 DD Crows, plus you could play DD Crow in addition to that. You're probably not going to. And this will be a good way to help counter Tearlament. I know Tearlament's also making use of it to also counter Tearlament, but it will make non-Tearlament decks that are not light or dark decks, because this does counter them. Like, this will then completely kill Drytron. Even Mathmech's going to be dead after this because you try to reborn your Sigma, it's going to get banished. But other than that, yeah, this will be a fun time. It should, I think, bring a little bit more diversity to the meta. I think so. I think it will happen, even though Tier will also play it. Let's go. Sharon, discard, mill 3, Scream, searching, did not trigger a fusion. How do we play around Floowandereeze that has an evenly freaking match? Limited to one map, by the way. We got the kid searching for the Scream. Very good if we already have a Tearlament to summon, which we do with the Rhino Heart search of the field spell. Scream with the Kid Kalos, going to special summon Rhino Heart. Rhino Heart and Sharon's going to be rank 4 exceed. If you know you're not playing against the mirror match, then this is where you can make a Drident, or you can make the Time Thief Redoer, which could trigger the Sharon or Rhino Heart. Maybe steal a trap off the opponent's deck to then spin a card your opponent controls back on top of the deck. That's going to be very good. We really need a crime to stop the evenly match. We got Rukalos. Rukal. So you could pop your Scream to search for crime, and then you could negate the evenly match, which is what we're probably doing right now. Yes? Kid Cow, field spell, pop the Scream. You need the crime. No crime search. Ooh. Yeah, he's holding on to that crow also. Well, if you had crime, he's got double evenly match anyway. All right, didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. I can't freaking believe it. Everything but Rukalos. Just wait until he finds out it's not even activatable in this match. You can't Rukal anything against Floowandereeze. It does nothing. We got the Floowandereeze map. We're going to additional summon the Eglin, banishing the Rabina from the deck to add it to the hand, searching for a big wing beast monster. Come to me. We got Empin, which will stop any attack position special summon monsters from activating. Havnis in response to the Rabina. That is something, but we have DD Crow to stop him from... Oh, DD Crow's not going to stop that. Kalbeck and Agito, that's going to mill 10. Wait, why did you not activate it? I don't... Oh, okay, you're doing it now. You are. Now we have to wait. We have to wait for the birds to be activating. Mill 10. Let's go. 10 mil. Mill again. We got Snow. Let's look at the graveyard. Do we have a Cyberstein in the graveyard to Reborn with the Elf? We got Snow, the Rhino. You really did not trigger any fusions. How did you mill 10 and not trigger a fusion? Now, the Stry is activating targeting the Snow, which means the Stry is not going to perform an additional summon if the monster is no longer there to be banished. This could flip down the Empin. Very good. Flip it down. And what did we lose? We could have lost the Dreaming Town. We could have milled it, and then he wouldn't have been able to search it. They generally do play only one. Making a Dark. If we normal summon, that will trigger the field spell, so we're making sure to not do that. Dreaming Town can be used whenever to perform that additional summon. Flipping down the Stry. The Dreaming Town's only going to be during the main phase, though. Elf to Reborn the Cyberstein, and then he's not going to allow this to happen. He's got Book of Moon, he's got Dreaming Town, he's going to flip down the whole field. Chaining Fairy Tale Snow to the Dreaming Town. Okay. What exactly is that going to do for us? I don't think it really... You know, it's going to activate Flip Down, but we could still activate to then, you know, search and then Tribute Summon. It doesn't really do much. We now have we do have Triple Tactics Talent and Droplet. Okay, we're going to Droplet the big monster that's summoned and not use it on that. All right? And if we Droplet send Triple Tactics Talent, he would then not be able to chain Book of Moon. We go on Empin. We're going to flip down the whole field face down. Everything's being flipped. Eglin going back to the hand. And get flipped. Non-target flippage. Oh boy. That's a big oof. Grabbing the Advent Adventure. Flip back up the Rukalos. Gonna Droplet early. Getting the Snow into the graveyard because I'm thinking we want to Reborn it. Can't Book of Moon the Rukalos because it's untargetable. Drawing 2. Maxi, no good. We're going to side that out for game 2 and game 3. We are going in. Book of... Whoops! Book of Moon on Agito. Untargetable Rukalos. Goodbye, Stry. DD Crow early onto the Snow. He had 7 other cards to banish, but it would be all 7 to get it out. Goodbye, Snow. We have another evenly match, which we could have ate up with Crime on the earlier turns. Top 3 of the deck and a Defissure. We have banish everything but 1, then Defissure, then set. We're not We're not. Whoa, we have map. We have map. We can't evenly because the map. The map was blocking the evenly match. Got a little too excited there. We have Rabina, and there's no disruption whatsoever. Maxi dead. Rukalos can't negate anything. Floowandereeze is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Grabbing the Toucan. Toucan could add back the banished Dreaming Town. Yeah, Stry is a good way to get disrupted by the shuffler. Learn from this. If you shuffle what they're targeting, they do not perform an additional summon. But if that additional summon was with the map, they already have an additional summon anyway. So you stopped him, but then you also didn't. Good play nonetheless. Add back the Eglin. We're going to be searching for a big body. Where is your Ryza? Where's your Apex? We got Empin. Empin gets searching. We're going to additional summon the Toucan to grab back the Dreaming Town for that additional summon to then flip down the field also. The Empin can take out Rukalos, and Rukalos does not reborn if destroyed by battle, and it would be banished also because of the D-Fissure. Empin would be reducing it by half its attack. That's it. And it's a non-target reduce even with the elf on the fields. So side out Maxi, side out the nonsense. Let's go into game 2. This is 15 card side deck. Let's go. All right, D-Fissure, let's go. D-Shifter, that is. Get D-Shifted. Sharon Chain D-Shifter. Oh, boy. And Maxi, don't forget that, too. And Harpy Feather Duster, in case you set up anything. So with the D-Shifter, it's also Spell and Traps get banished. So Foolish Burial Goods is not going to be able to send Scream, search for Sulliek, which would be very good here. We're banishing 6. We need something. Ooh, Zombie World! But he's got a Harpy Feather Duster. Oh my Jesus. Zombie World turns everything into zombie. You can't tribute summon except for zombie, so he cannot tribute summon. He also can't trigger his banished Floowandereeze monster to go back to the hand. He's got Book and Harpy. Oh my Jesus. I can't believe it. He's got everything. Counter Baguska, which negates the Floowandereeze. This is such a good turn 1 against Floowandereeze. But we're going to evenly match, not even use up the Harpy Feather Duster. We're going to D-Fissure, then Book of Moon, and then we're going to Rabina. Oh my Jesus. Field Spell, banish the Eglin, summon Rabina, add back the Eglin. We're going to set up with Dreaming Town, adding back. We're going to banish a card from either player's graveyard. There's no Shuffler in the graveyard. We can banish our D-Shifter that is there. We're going to then Empin, add back, search. We got the Flippage, and let's go. Now, Baguska flipping up's not going to be good. It's going to no longer be negating. But we could banish, grab, and play the Zombie World. That was a pretty good top deck. Banshee into Zombie World. He's not going to be able to tribute summon. He's also not going to be able to activate the Eglin. Well, it was a Wing Beast on summon, so this is really interesting ruling. It's technically a zombie, but he's chaining Eglin. If a Wing Beast is normal summon, it was a Wing Beast on summon, but then it became a zombie. That's a judge call, definitely IRL. I think they would be calling judge over that. All right, we're going to add back. We got DD Crow searchable with the Rabina, and now we're not going to be able to tribute summon. Can't tribute summon the Apex Avian. Foolish Burial Goods sending Sulliek. Okay, so we're going to grab a monster, not Scream for a trap because it's not activatable unless we have a Tearlament anyway. The Baguska is staying face down because if you attack into it, it goes into effect immediately. Harpy Feather Duster, which he got to hold on to thanks to the evenly match, wiping out the Zombie World, now tributing for the Apex Avian for a negate. How do we deal with the defense Baguska? This will be interesting to see. You go into defense immediately, then what? How do you out it? I guess you just have to wait. Ryza, yeah, Ryza spin is the way. Yeah, I guess the barely an inconvenience if we just Ryza. Eglin adding the Ryza. Welcome to my hand. Tribute spin, and goodbye to you. Also gonna spin back the Foolish Burial Goods on top of the deck, forcing him to draw into a bad card. Lethal damage anyway. That's a 2-0 victory. 2-0. Evenly. Harpy Feather Duster. Book of Moon. All of those cards, D-Fissure. Just so much counter. You take out your Maxis, which are no longer going to be dead against Floowandereeze, but then they put in some good side deck cards against you also. All right, let's go. I'm liking the top 16. It's diverse enough. We have Mekk-Knight Tearlament, branded, Floowandereeze. I'm looking for Exo Sister. Where is Exo Sister? Swordsoul. Swordsoul won the Meta Weekly, which was 23 non-Swordsoul cards in the main. Got Scream. We have Ash Blossom to stop the search of the Sulliek if we wanted to. We could think that maybe he's a little bit desperate if he's activating the Sulliek search. Negates. We have Merly Mill 6. Protos could make it so Dark Monsters cannot be special summoned. No more disruption. How much plays are we making? Ooh, Agito, Kelbeck. Are we milling 10? We're gonna not going to do it. Not milling at all. All right. Kit Kalos is here. On summon, activate, searching for the Rhino Heart. Kit Cal sending itself to the graveyard to special summon the Rhino Heart. We're now going to mill 5 and send a Tearlament. We're going to make a Rukalos. Rukalos cannot stop the summon of Protos. So we are going to be sending Sharon, mill 5, activate the Sharon, and we are Rukalosing. Dragostapelia actually better against the Protos. Interesting. Elf to make the Rukalos untargetable. We have Imperm for the Protos, and let's go. On the special summon of the Ecclesia, that's going to trigger the Scream. Adhara special summoning Merly to mill 6, off of this summon. Did not Rukalos once in a gate. Special summon, mill 6. Are we making a Kaleido Heart off of this mill? Probably. Mill 3, mill 3. Do we have a Rhino Heart in the graveyard? Yes, we do. Returning back to make our untargetable Kaleido Heart. Spinning back the Adhara. Activate, we can negate. Probably should. Good negate. Do we even have Protos? We don't. We can't Protos yet. We don't have enough attributes to banish. So we're going to Swordsoul Emergence. We got water. We got water, fire, light. We can now do it. Reveal the Blackout. Does not want to show the Protos. The Protos is a secret. And the secret's out. Oh, no. He's playing around Protos. He did not reveal Protos, and he's shuffling the attributes back in the deck. What the? I mean, this would have been too crazy to do. It would have been too crazy, right? What if he searched Mo Yi, doesn't summon it, and then just summons Protos? He then gets Impermanence. It's just, geez. We got Blackout. Blackout can't target Kaleido, can't target Rukalos. Elf Reborning Maxi, very good play. Triggering the Scream. Mill 3, we got B-Straw, Sharon Fuse, triggering the Kaleido to spin back the Blackout. What are you even blacking out? You're gonna black out the Maxi? Pop Maxi. Not blacking out anything. The Blackout is gone. Wow. Got Pariah getting messed up here. We also got Winda, so we're both restricted to just one fusion summon. If you get sick of Winda, you turn Winda into Dragostapelia. And that is a game 1 victory. Almost whipped out the Protos. Which, like, you Protos wipe out Kaleido and Rukalos. They can't reborn. Well, actually, Rukalos could reborn, but Kaleido can't. And you're not wiping out both because they're both different attributes. What the heck? What the heck? It's like not even that good. All right, let's hop into game number 2. We're going first. If we get set up turn 1 Protos, maybe we have a chance. We have a chance. I see an ad break's currently going on. I'm going to pee real quick, and then we're going to go into top 16. All right, BRB. More top 16, that is. Let's get to it. Game number 2. Ashuna special, no max C to keep the Swordsoul in check. All right. Ritual Beast versus Tear. I don't know about that. I would like to analyze that though, maybe. Emergence, grabbing our Mo Yi. I do want to know if there's any Tearlament in the top 16 today. I'd be really disappointed if there are none. We are popping off, making the Grandmaster Chainlink block with the Mo Yi so you do not get ashed. Let's skip on through this turn 1 to see if Tearlament could break the fields. Discarding Shathana, get our token, level 10 Synchro. We have a monster negate on the field. Now we have Omni negate, negate anything. Burn from that 1200 Ashuna, special summon from the deck, locking us into Worm only, making Draco Berserker, which could banish a Sheeran from the hand when they activate, banish Rhino off the field when they activate, banish Kid Callus when they activate. We got Protos. Okay, goodbye Draco Berserker. Dark monsters are illegal. You cannot special summon Dark, so you can't break the field with Chimera. We have Scream, summon the Diviner, not going to negate the summon with Solemn Judgment, just going to negate with Grandmaster, that's fine. Can't even make a Chimera with this hand, you need 3 different names. We could send a Celiac to grab a 3rd name, but again, Chimera illegal because of the Protos. Grabbing a Havnis, Palmerizing into our Rukalos, yeah. Rukal's Water, it's legal. We got Scream Mill 3. Baron to floor, negate the Scream. Scream, search for a trap. That is interesting. Okay, Rukal's big enough to take out the Grandmaster. It goes even with the Baron to floor, does not reborn. And we now have a negate. Interesting. We could flip this up early, not activate it, see if they Solemn Judgment, and then while it's face up, Solemn Judgment can't negate it. We're not doing that. We're going to flip this up. This is going to get Solemned. Yeah. We already Baron to floor negated. Negate. Water's going to become illegal. We declared Dark. We're not even killing Rukalos. Okay. Dark is illegal. We'll just pop the Rukalos, it then reborns. Grabbing Rhino, not Havnis, to chain to the Baron to floor. I mean, we know, well, the Havnis can't summon because Dark is illegal. By battle, you die, you don't reborn anyway. Anti-spell and Dark monsters can't be special summoned. All right. Yeah, don't get distracted by Rukalos. Lock them into Dark still. Anti-spell. Well. Set the Mudora back to you. No Shuffler in our graveyard. Protoss locking them into Dark. Dark will not be special summonable turn after turn after turn. Taya banishing a worm from the graveyard to summon a token. We're going to add Horror while we have a non-effect monster to grab back the Long Yun. We are going to Heavenly Dragon Circle, banish to grab a Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi. What the heck are you doing? That's a counter trap, negate anything if you have a face-up non-effect monster. Baxia spinning back the set, and we have lethal damage. All right. Well, should we have even revealed that in game 2? Now maybe we want the opponent to be afraid of it. Now you know. Now you're going to have to play around it. Now you best be afraid of it. Token counts, yeah. Do you think a Shizu ban and Bestial making Tearlament a tier 2 deck? I think even if you ban a Shizu, Tearlament would still be probably tier 1, not tier 0 though. King of the Swamp, searching, no disruption in sight. It's going to be all about the turn 2 play. What can we do? Celiac is going to be grabbing the Sharon, Diviner triggering the Kelbeck. Is Swordsoul playing any Shufflers randomly? No, they are not. Still not milling any Shufflers. Milling a lot of information here. Shifter, evenly matched. We're now going to want to play around, probably setting up with a Crime. Dark Ruler No More. You could chain your Celiac to the Dark Ruler No More, then chain a monster effect to it. All right. And I think we're gonna make a Baron to floor here. Maybe a Redoer. No, we're not gonna be able to make Redoer here. We can make a Dragostapelia and Rukalos and Baron to floor, plus having a negate. Oh boy. Omni negate a special summon, negate a monster on the field, negate a monster on the field. Adhara, special summon, special summoning the Ecclesia. We haven't used up that normal summon yet. We're going to Ash, not Rukalos, waiting on Rukalos. Rukalos can negate the Longyun, Ash cannot. So this is a good exchange of using our negates properly. Banishing 10, goodbye to Protoss, which won us game 1. Permanently banish face down. Draw 2 negated. Longyun negated by Rukalos. Rip. That's a big rip. Now, even though the activation's negated, monster effects generally say you could only use the effect once, so even if the activation's negated, you still used it. Rukalos sending itself to then reborn itself. It does not have a negate again, and it's that quick to lose to Tearlament. Despite playing evenly matched, Dark Ruler no more, he maybe would have drawn into it with the Pot of D, and I think that was a good reason for why he negated, knowing that he could draw into all that disruption, even though having a body on the field, which would be stopping his own evenly matched. And just like that, game 3, that is, going to Tearlament. Let's keep on going. TTK and Yuri. Zach with the Prime for 5 months. F yeah, thank you very much. We're going on YouTube, so we got chill. KDA with the $3. 2 questions. What's your definition of Tier 0? How do you feel about Kekro Valley in today's meta? Tier 0 beyond the numbers, okay? Tier 0 is like a feeling. The feeling is everyone has to play the deck or counter the deck, and no other deck can exist. If your deck isn't built to counter the deck, or you're not playing the deck, you don't exist in the meta. I call that Tier 0. Is that what Tearlament is? I think it obviously is that case. You are playing Tearlament, or you're playing a deck to counter Tearlament. There's no third option. Do we agree on that? I think so. KDA, thank you for the $3. Fantastic with the 33 months. But if that's the case, I think that naturally would create Tearlament being about 60% of the meta, which that's what it's going to be after today, I'm thinking. That's what I think so. Thank you, KDA. Senses only 3 years. 3 years. You are a shareholder now. Thank you very much. Shushu Pana with the 6 months, officially shooting laser beams. Shooting blanks with a free Prime sub. Thank you. What's really interesting in a Tier 0 meta is Tearlament destroys everyone with the standard build, but then for the mirror match, you have to make your deck weaker against everything else. What does that mean? I saw a tournament where the Tearlament first place player played 0 millers. No millers. The millers is what makes you really good against all the non-Tearlament decks, but in the mirror match, you don't want to mill Tearlament. So it's this back and forth of making your deck weaker against everything else, but to then beat the mirror match, then everything else becomes a little bit more viable, then you put the millers back in, then you're weaker in the mirror match. It just like, it goes up and down. All right, let's go. Mudora. Discard. So when the millers aren't good, they're good, and when the millers are good, they're not good. Does that make sense? We're going to Keldo, chain, spin, back the opponent's shufflers. Oh, we got Rainbow Bridge, grabbing the field spell. Limited to 1 field spell, so we're gonna grab our Crystal Beast and our field spell. Perfect. The only problem with the Salvation is if you draw it. That really sucks. You don't have a good way to get it in the graveyard. But if you already have the field spell or Crystal Beast in the graveyard, you could shuffle it back, no problem. But then, you know, it could waste your shuffle effect. We have Imperm negating Merly. That is an interesting negate. We have Crime, which is going to be activatable if we reborn the Merly. Right now it's not activatable, but we're gonna do it during the opponent's turn. The opponent has player priority to make the first play, and that's gonna be field spell. Chaining Elf right away, mill 3. Do we have a disruption? Is there a miller in the graveyard? There is not. Merly is here. Get ready for that mill 3. We could chain Havnis to the mill 3 now, and we are doing that. Crime to shuffle it back in the deck? Probably not, but it would negate and not trigger the effect of the Merly. Milling a shuffler. Now they're going to disrupt your fusion play. We have Sulliek activating to search for a monster. Scream searching for a trap. Caldo stopping the fusion play. Spin it back into the deck. Crime is going to negate the shuffler instead. Now, because we're not shuffling the card back in the deck, you now don't have to discard your Havnis. You could keep it. So it's an interesting way to not have to fulfill the full effect of Crime. It's like Crime for free. You need the monster in your hand, but now you don't need to send it. We got Sulliek, no crime search. Maybe you're not playing crime. Okay. Gonna grab a Sulliek ourself. We got Scream to mill 3 on our summon. That's gonna be a mill 6. Sending the Crystal Beast Tortoise. We got a Shuffler in the graveyard now. Scream going to mill additional plays. We need to get a Tearlament effect in the grave. No, not happening. But we have Rhino. Rhino's gonna get that Tearlament in the grave. We have the Sulliek, Chainlink block, and the Havness from being summoned. Very good to set up your Chainlinks like that. Take note of Havness, play around it. Mudora is going to be stopping the fusion play. Or I should say the Shuffler play. So what you want to do is before you mill, you want to activate DD Crow on your Shufflers to get rid of their Shufflers so your milled card, which is what Rhino Heart's doing, will not be disrupted. Send it, activate it, no Shufflers in the grave now. Now we could freely summon. So don't think about using the Shufflers only to stop a fusion. Think about it to also stop the opposing Shufflers before you get the card in the grave. Kid Cal searching, Chainlink blocking the Havness again. 2 times playing around Havness. He's not letting Havness summon. We have Heartbeat, which is surprisingly pretty good in the mirror match for an opposing Sulliek. You could wait for the Sulliek activation to then spin it. Big damage, lethal damage, very carefully played out by TTK, denying Havness every step of the way. That is how you do it. Denied a Shuffler, denied Havness twice, very carefully, not just clicking yes. All right. That was a good duel to learn how to play. I think so. That was a good one. That was good. Let's go. All right. Well, evenly match will make your opponent going first an even match now. Do consider main deck an evenly match. You definitely should. Cherries is going to banish Kit Kalos from the extra. Now you need to get Crime in the graveyard to get your Kit Kalos back. And he's forcing him to fuse a DD Crow. You have to. You actually have to. He has to get rid of his DD Crow. Mandatory fusion. He has nothing else to fuse into. I don't think you even have to clarify your hand in TCG. You just have to trust that they have no valid fusion. Making a Dweller at least. Okay, we trade DD Crow for Dweller. Not that bad. The Sulliek is completely dead. Evenly matched, not a big play here. We do have a Chimera play. Chimera's going to go in. Oh, we're doing the evenly. We can't even Chimera, actually. We don't have 3 different names. So this is where it's not so good. But we have Rhino. Rhino can only send, not search. Banishing the Dweller, holding on to the Sulliek. Now, Keldo's going to give us the 3rd name. We can now make Chimera, draw 2, pop the Sulliek. Beautiful. Great play here. A lot of people clowning on the King of the Swamp and Polymerization. I don't know why. How do you think Chimera's not good? Are you out of your mind? Sulliek searching for Sharon. Untargetable, 3,300 defense. And we got a Kaiju waiting. How many Shufflers we have in the graveyard? We have both. 2 Shufflers, untargetable Chimera. Oh boy. Well, we're going to shuffle the Shufflers back so we do not have that disruption anymore. And because there was too many Shufflers, we could not return the Polymerization back into the deck. Now, reminder, he does not have Kit Kalos. It's banished. He needs Crime in the graveyard to return it. We got Dragostapelia though. Can't even target the Chimera, which would not be doing anything here. Time Thief Redoer. If your Kid Kalos gets banished, you could also King of the Swamp, summon a Rukalos. We could also try to make a Kaleido Heart, which doesn't even deal with the Chimera. Gets Kaiju'd. Kaiju'd over the Redoer. Does not get to draw off of the Scream, which you would be triggering their Scream to draw a card. They then get to search, so that's kind of awkward. Ripping in a DD Crow. Kaiju going in. Untargetable Beat Stick. How do you stop it? Think about it. You really can't in many ways. You got to get bigger than it. You're going to have to Field Spell boost up a Kaleido Heart or Rukalos. Even a Dweller boost, even Scream Reduce. But, you know, every way you could boost, they could boost their own monster also. Field Spell will boost up Tearlament and Fusion. So this becomes 3,800 untargetable with your Field Spell. Essentially 4,300 untargetable with the Scream, if you're able to trigger it. Huge. Big body untargetable, a good way to counter, and now it's gone. But we want to be triggering something, right? Does your opponent have... Okay, we're stealing Dragostapelia. Interesting. We will now be able to triple Tactics Talent. Mill's Beast does not trigger a fusion here. Beast get drawn. Triple Tactics Talent, looking at the hand, spinning back into the deck, the Keldo. Keeping the Crow, keep the Crow. Do not forget Dragostapelia turns off the ability to exceed. Against Exosister, even in the mirror match, turning their monster into a level 1 could be a big deal. Wait, we returned Keldo, then drew Keldo. Did not shuffle his deck well enough. Murley off the top of the deck. We're going to steal another monster from the opponent's graveyard, stealing that Sharon. Mudora's going to spin the Sharon back. You're not taking my Sharon back. We're going to also spin back our evenly match to hopefully top deck into. That'd be pretty decent, actually. Random mill 3. No Rhino Heart trigger, but we have the Scream grabbing a Sulliek, which will be live. Rip the Crow. Do we turn this into an elf? Do we get Elfin? We do not, because it's lethal damage. 2-0 victory. Now, we're going to start watching top 8. Yes? Let's hop into the top 8. Are you ready? In the top 8, Gia, Mika, and Cam is top 16, correct? Yes, it is. Cam is playing what? Let's check out Cam. Is top 8 Altier? No, there's at least a Floowandereeze. This is a top 8 mirror, so I'm going to try to go to a non-top 8 mirror. That'd be cool, right? GF Flamingo and Necrofear is top 8s. Okay. Not a mirror match. Not a mirror, not a mirror. I don't know if Jax joined today's tournament. I'd have to double check. I'm interested. The tournament or the game? Jax quit Master Duel after playing too many Tearlaments on the ladder. Is that... That's probably a troll. Someone's trolling. Okay. King of the Swamp, add Polly. Bro, what the hell? Harpy Feather Duster, evenly matched. Look at these Floowander fools. They are ready to stop you no matter what. So let's speed on through this turn 1, because whatever we do is not really going to matter much. We need crime. But then Harpy Feather Duster and evenly, it just doesn't even matter. What the hell? We are going to spin back, making our Rukalos completely dead against Floowandereeze. We're going to Shokan into Kaleido Hearts, Mudora, special summon, rank 4 exceed into Dweller. So maybe we don't know that Flamingo's playing a bird deck, huh? We don't know. Maybe we do know. Okay, Rukalos Reborn. We can make ourselves... The Rukalos and the Moon Dragon can't be targeted by Book of Moon now. Well, you can't Harpy Feather Dust us if we don't have a good back row to set. All right, but we're going to get evenly. Evenly match. Everything but Rukalos. Rip. Defissure. Pot of P into a bird. Rabina, and it's over. Rabina. Rabina. No Wing Beast in the hand. Ooh, okay. Uh-oh, duality. Try number 3, 9 cards. Digging 9 cards deep. Oh, he whiffed it. Birds have bricked. Bricked birds, but he's under D-Fissure, so he can't do much anyway. He also had Book of Moon if he gets too aggressive here. Dead Triple Tactics Talent. Going in for the beatdown. 4,500 damage. Not forcing out a Book of Moon, but using it anyway. Why not? 3k damage is a lot. We have another pot of D. We need the Rabina. Where is Rabina? Where is Rabina? There is the Rabina, and I guess that's pretty much it. You lose now. Rabina is here. Yay. Adding the Eglin, searching for the Empin, tributing for Empin, searching for the Dreaming Town, adding back both Rabina and Eglin, just playing like an absolute mad lad. We have DD Crow in case our D-Fissure gets outed. We also got Book of Moon for even more plays. Rukalos banished to never be seen again unless you crime it back into the extra deck. Good luck, you're going to need it. Now, I guess the saving grace here is that Dreaming Town will trigger the Triple Tactics talent. But we're just going to draw 2 and then maybe try to Zeus. Zeus against a Book of Moon. Zeus against probably an Apex Avian or a double Empin here. What the hell? All right. We're going to lip down. Yeah, it's going to flip right back up. But then Book of Moon could flip it right back down. So then it's going to stay face down. Can we steal Empin, swing in, but then it could banish from the hand to reduce the other Empin? This is rough. Gonna recycle the Dreaming Town by banishing it. We're drawing 2. We're setting. We're setting. Setting Merly. Didn't even force him to use his Book of Moon. D-Fissure is only monsters being banished, and Exceed materials don't get banished. So you can make a Redoer, detach your Tearlament, it will still fuse. Limited to 1 map. Are you not feeling bad for the Floowandereeze limited to 1 map anymore? Are you seeing why Konami wanted to maybe make a little bit more money off of Tearlaments by limiting the map to 1? Kind of crazy. Let's go. We're going to add the Banished Unexplored Winds, tributing for the Ryza, which could spin the entire field back to the hand, or top of the deck, I should say, hand and top of the deck, leaving up the Agido, summoning the Rabina, adding the Eglin. Surely we could lethal damage, right? Reduce. Down to 750, 1950. It's not lethal damage yet. Are you serious? Wait, it is lethal. Mudora, spin back because we can, and does nothing beyond that. Lethal with the Burb. All right. I think if you fast forward during the lethal music doesn't get triggered. Interesting. Top 8. Get ready for game number 2. We now get to go first. Again. Yeah, we went first already. Going first again. Side deck time. Should Tearlament side deck Solemn Judgment for game 2 and 3 to stop cards like Evenly Matched? Field spell. Grabbing our Rhino. Uh-oh. D-Shifter. Was able to get a monster in the graveyard. He snuck it in there. Foolish Barrel, chain the D-Shifter. He's holding on to D-Shifter. He's waiting for the Agido, then D-Shifter. You're waiting. Okay. Now you're going to banish 5. What is going to be banished? He lost. Beast is a one of. Kalbeck, Havnis, semi-limited. King of the Swamp, Cosmic Cyclone. That hurts. Rip. He probably really needs that Cosmic Cyclone. We have Imperm, though, but Book of Moon. Book of Moon's going to dodge the Impermanence, and also Advent. Advent and Book of Moon, holding onto that book. It's just like he's got so much. He's got so much. Didn't even need the Advent. Grabbing the Rabina, going to be searching. The Advent was actually very good. Grabbing the Rabina was very, very good here. I mean, we also had Stry, so we could perform our Tribute Summon. Stry is going to banish the Shifter to make Shifter playable again. Or if we're an absolute mad lad, we could have set up a Ryza, put the Shifter back on top of our deck. DD Crow, searchable with the Rabina. Disgusting. Banishing King of the Swamp, making the Empin in a Dreaming Town. And how are we going to break this? We could Chimera. If we get a third monster, we could set then Poly. Set then Poly. If he sets, he could toggle on Dreaming Town, Ryza, spin it back to play around the potential play. He's doing it. He's setting the Poly, chaining the Max C. This is going to be big. This is a big turn. Dreaming Town. Additional summon. Activate the Eagle, activate the Chimera. Chimera is going to be Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Eagle. Can't Book a Moon, can activate while in defense. Kalbeck also milling 5. Havnis also fusion summoning. We have DD Crow to stop the fusion summon. I do suspect us to probably DD Crow. Yes. DD Crow the Havnis, but we're going to mill. Big mill with the Kalbeck. We're also drawing 2 with the Chimera. Pop 1, draw 2. Grabbing a Ryza. Ryza is going to be tribute summoning after the Stry. Stry is kind of sus because if they get a Shuffler in the graveyard, they could target the card you're targeting with the Stry, then you're not going to summon the Ryza. Do we have a Shuffler? Do you take Shufflers out for game 2 and 3 against a deck like Floowandereeze? Shuffler not in the grave. Rabina add back. He's not able to stop the Stry, so the Ryza is coming. It is coming. Ryza is a target though, because he does have Polymerization in the graveyard, making himself untargetable. Merly's going to get fusion summoning, but if he targets the Merly in the graveyard, then it does not fusion summon. Wait, where's the Merly activating? I just got lost. What the heck? Merly was resolving. That not activating, that is. Adding back, spin back. Non-targeting flippage with the Dreaming Town. Goodbye to the field spell. Goodbye to the Rhino in the graveyard. And back to the hand. Rip. 3,300 face down, now targetable. But we did not put our Ryza back to the hand to recycle it. So the best way to deal with the Chimera is Empen. Empen could reduce the attack and defense of a monster it battles into, which will successfully be done. So Chimera barely an inconvenience for the Floowandereeze besides the poppage then drawing. Chainlink blocking with the Ash, by the way, to still perform your additional summon with Rabina. So even if you don't need the search, you still need that summon, which gets negated by the Ash. And just like that, goodbye tributing with the unexplored winds, not even having to battle into it with the Empen. That's a 2-0 victory. Boy, did a lot happen there. 2-0 to the top 4 with Floowandereeze. Gia, give me a top 4 name. Top 8, that is. Top 8. I'm going to go to the other duel room. Cam and TTK. I feel like we... okay. Cam and TTK. Thank you. Yes. Top 8. Yes, join the Discord. Exclamation mark Discord. Join the Master Duel Discord. Get help from all the deck type channels. Let's go. Tearlament mirror in the top 8. We have no disruptions. When there's no disruption, we'll be speeding up through the turn 1. We're going to be watching the grand finale live. It's not going to be replays. So let's tons of mill and fusion summoning. Let's resolve this. Making our Kit Cal, searching for the monster negate, grabbing a Havnis to the hand. We still have our normal summon. Special summoning the Rhino, keeping our normal summon. Mill 5, send a Shirley. Activate Diffuse into Rukalos, searching for another Rhino Heart that could be normal summoned here. We definitely have a turn 1 Dweller. Dweller should be afraid of impermanence. So we have monster negate, special summon negate, and goodbye to your entire graveyard. Playing right into an impermanence, no F's given. We have field spell versus field spell. Any Tearlament shuffled back in the deck is going to pop a card in the field. The non-turn player will be able to essentially negate the opposing field spell. This is Chimera getting negated. No Chimera play for you. No draw 2 and pop. Rukalos reborning. We do have a Shuffler. If we had that Shuffler for the Rukalos negate, we could have shuffled it back instead of it reborning. We're going to activate Mudora, spinning back the snow. I do not think so. Chaining Havnis to summon and mill 3. Keldo also shuffling the Shuffler back into the deck. Even though you're under Dweller, you cannot activate it. And it's a hard once per turn, you already activated the Mudora. Mill 3 did not mill into any triggers. Snow, be gone. Rip. Mill in a wait, Snow went back in the deck, then back in the grave. So Snow is back. Send Havnis, activate Havnis, make a Kaleido Heart, and I am out. All right. Yeah, that was too much. Too much. TTK and Cam. Now it's time for the side deck. TTK gonna go first, hopefully not met with the Max C. All right. Evenly Match or Max C are the top two cards when you're going second. I think so. Those are the top two. Just I'm thinking, like, what else is better going second in the mirror match? Those are the top two. Field spell, grabbing the Hovness. I think you should probably, if you want an optimal build, you would just be maining both of them at 3. Even against control decks, if you evenly match them, that's good. We are Kit Callan with Polymerization, a real fusion summon. Kit Cal searching, Hovness, Chainlink blocking, a Hovness in the hand. Now if they have one. Ooh, Millennium Eyes Restrict. This is crazy. It will stop a fusion, but you have to be careful. If you suck up your opponent's Hovness in the graveyard to stop a fusion, it also stops your Hovness. We're going to Kit, summon Rhino, mill from the deck, and we are, Rivalry of Warlords. Interesting. Rivalry for the mirror match. You up, mate? Rivalry's limited to 1. That is very interesting. We are making our Kaleido Heart. Yeah, you set up your fields first, then you Rivalry, then you pretty much win. That's pretty good. Rukal and Kaleido, but we do have Crime for the Evenly. That's good. Send Kaleido, and then Kaleido could send a Scream or perform another fusion. Scream could search for a Sulliek. It's nuts. It's nuts. We have negate a monster, negate the evenly match. We win. It's over. You can't break this. Oh, there's the Max C. I can't believe it. Now he draws into Max C. Special Summon Mudora into Mudora. We are afraid of a rank 4 Exceed play. We sent, what was that? Like you sent Rhino to not activate Rhino because then you realized your Crime would then turn off and not be activatable. So like change your mind. Okay, yeah, I guess if you want to change your mind, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he like, it's okay to go back and not commit. Holy crap, he's tricking him big time. Oh my god, he's dwellering in the battle phase so he could evenly match. No way. No way! And he already used up the Sulliek. Oh my Jesus. This is crazy. He accidentally misfired the Sulliek, forcing him to use Crime early, within the battle phase to now get evenly matched. And then he's got Max C for next turn. Oh my Jesus. And he's got Shufflers to stop fusion summoning. This is gonna be wild. This is gonna be a very interesting duel. Okay, L5, he's got Salvation, but already a field spell. Goodbye, field spell. You're not going to be recycling that field spell. It is gone. Mudora to shuffle 3 Shufflers back into the deck. So we just have Max C. Only Max C. Rhino Kaleido versus Max C. What do we do? What do we do? I mean, I think we have to at least try to search a trap, right? Uh-oh. This is it. This is it. Sharon, activate, fusion summon, take the Max C challenge. We got 4,500 damage on the fields. Rukalos will not be enough. Rukalos is going to be 7,500 damage. We're off by 500. We're leaving Kim at 500 life. Okay. We have Rukalos, which could trigger a fusion, or the Kaleido to spin, which is also a fusion summon. Imperm on Rukalos. What a top deck. No freaking way. Sending 3, activating Merly to fuse, Shokan into Kit Cal. We have used up our normal summon, but we could still special summon whatever we search. We could summon a Rhino from the graveyard, which is what we're gonna do. We're gonna summon Rhino, mill 5, and then we're gonna make a Kaleido spin back Kaleido. That's what I'm thinking. Big plays are happening. Holy moly, off of a single Merly. This is one Merly. One Merly could do this. This is, why is tier 0? Because one Merly could do all this. What the hell? from nothing. Making our Rukalos, Shokan into Dark. Dark gonna steal nothing from the opponent's graveyard. Rukal trading with the Kaleido, was not able to make his own Kaleido to spin. I mean, he was able to, he just chose to not do so. Stealing Kaleido, it's like, I like this, but I also don't like it. I mean, it's pretty damn good. It's going to be spinning back the Rukalos, but if we are able to send that Kaleido to the graveyard by card effect, it reborns on our fields. So that is the tricky part about this. But otherwise, holy moly. No, you're not gonna do that because I'm gonna use it right away. Okay, that's great. Dark, steal Kaleido, spin, and then send it for an elf right away. Get rid of it. We have an active Sulliek. That was insane. His whole field's gone. He's got Sulliek, elf, Merly. Does he have another Merly in the graveyard? He needs that Merly to be sent to the graveyard. He also has DD Crow. Cam at 500 life has just completely turned around this entire duel. Draws a Maxi. No freaking way. You can't negate the Sharon Mill 3 here. We're going to just trigger the Merly. Also, DD Crowing the Caldo early. Okay, this is smart. Get rid of the Shuffler so it does not shuffle away the Merly. But Merly might have nothing to fuse with if we shuffle their graveyard back. Does he have anything to fuse with? He's got Moo Dragon. He can Moo Dragon. Okay, sure. Moo Dragon into non-targetable 1900. Not that crazy. Reborning Maxi. All right. Goodbye to the elf. Dead Sully. I mean, this is nothing. This is nothing. This is not good. This is not good. Unless he draws into something good. Let it rip. Oh, what? Wait, what are you doing? Maxi on the offensive? You don't have a Merly in the graveyard to even reborn anything. Bro, you're 100 life. Dark, steal. Okay, 1850. Dark, stealing Kaleido. Mudora's gonna stop it. This is crazy. The Sulliek is dead. He could rip into a Rhino and just win the whole game. Does he have a Shuffler in his graveyard right now? He does not. He has zero disruption. Zero disruption. Zero. Nothing. Top deck into King of the Swamp. What the? Okay. Oh, he ripped into a Merly. That turns on the Sulliek. Mill 3. Oh boy, that triggers Hobness. It's over. Yep, that's it. Kit Cal, come forth. Kit Cal on summon, activate, searching for Sharon. Sharon send Maxi, Mill 3, reborn the opponent's Sharon, extra body on the field. 18, 23, 1850, 800. Merly fusion summon, a full field of monsters. Cam with the 100 life points comeback. I could not freaking believe it. Lethal damage. What a crazy top 8 match. No way. Wow. Let's hop into another top 8. All right, 2-0. Insane. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you very much. Thank you. And right now we play Naruto music, which is muted for you. You don't get to hear it. I get copyright. Soon that'll happen on Twitch one day. Still in the top 8. Gia, give me a top 8. Tell me a top 8 name. C-Pla versus Hayes. Are they both playing tier? Give me another one. Mobile X and Plunt, that's top 8? Okay. And Mobile EX is branded tier. So it's not full tier, not tier Shizu. All right. Whatever you say, Kofi. Let's go. Why not donate for the jukebox anymore? I know a lot of people are requesting it. I just, I don't know. Like, I don't want to do it during tournaments, but maybe we'll bring it back. Maybe. Hold up. We have Mekk-Knight Tearlament versus branded Tearlament in the top 8. Why did you pair them up, Gia? What the heck? Spicy versus spicy. Merly Mill 3. Are we going to play around the columns correctly? A lot of people were not doing so today. We got Kit Cal. Can we chain link block the Kit Cal? We cannot. Ash is going to negate. Main deck and Super Poly. We are branded, so I would say it does make sense. But maybe like once a month, we'll do a jukebox day or something, yeah? We have Field Spell, Grab and Havness. What are we going to be fusing into? We could fuse the Kit Cal into Root Kalos. We could do it. And Mill 5. That's pretty good. That's exactly what we're doing. We're going to fuse, but it's going to trigger the Sharon. Do we care about that? Maybe we don't. We could negate it if we want to. It's actually going to be chain linking with the Rhino. So Rhino could chain link block the Sharon from being negated, which is exactly what we did. Block the special summon, could not Root Kalos. Your own Kit Kalos would also chain link block your Root Kalos. You'd have to say no onto it, then you could negate. Milling 5, milling a Havness, that will be triggering. Come forth the Shokan into a Kit Cal of our own. Do we have a shuffler in the graveyard? We do. We're also going to pop. We're going to pop the back row, and we can Mudora, shuffle back the Havness, stop the fusion. Yes, we are. No fusion for you. And the branded trap, branded retribution will be going to the grave. Retribution could banish itself to target a branded spell trap in the grave and set it. So actually it adds it to your hand. We do not have a branded, we do. We have branded fusion in the graveyard to add to the hand now. Scream with the Mekk-Knight. That's going to trigger Mill 3. We're targeting the branded fusion, adding it back to the hand. Now, the effect of the Red Moon is you could banish a Mekk-Knight from the graveyard to then pop a monster in the column. Do we have a Mekk-Knight in the grave? We do. And the Root Kalos could reborn itself. We're going to make Lib the World's Key. The World's Key is going to be grabbing the Secession, which will special summon a monster from the graveyard to where our link arrow is pointing to. We're going to negate. I do not think so. Chain Havness, summon Mill 3. This is crazy. So we're not reborning the World Armor. We are milling into a Scream. And I think maybe we already activated the Scream, did we? We did. So no Scream, Root Kalos, Reborn. We already have the Sulliek. Big enough to swing over. Scream reduce, Field Spell boost. We're now bigger than Root Kalos with Kit Kalos. Nuts. This will not be triggering the effect of Kit Kalos. And this could make an Avermax, which the mirror match is, it could be difficult to deal with the Avermax if you do not Goddess it. We are branded fusioning, which we recycled from the graveyard with the Retribution. This is Avermax, untargetable, indestructible, gain attack against a special summon monster. Mirror Jade banishes it like nothing. Barely an inconvenience. Okay, that's not so good. Your Sulliek is dead. Your Scream is dead. You don't have a shuffler to trigger your field spell, I don't think so. The Lib is gonna shuffle the Lubellion back into the deck though. Let's go. All right, that works. That works. We do not have a shuffler to trigger field spell. We already had a fusion monster in the graveyard, so maybe we wanted to, maybe we summoned Avermax a little early. Maybe Lib should have been shuffling Mirror Jade back in the extra, not Lubellion. Which in a different circumstance would have been the better play, but not in this one. 48, only because he already had a fusion in the grave. Now, whatever we summon here is not going to be able to attack. Mirror Jade's going to resummon and be able to attack, dropping him down to 200 life. We have Chimera, pop 2, draw 1. Let's go. Let's go. That's going to be triggering... Oh, he's just scooping. Am I correct that he did not lose that turn? He did not. That could not attack. Mirror Jade could. And he would at least be triggering, maybe he'd pop Scream in your field spell and you just search a trap and then you have to deal with the non-target banish of the Mirror Jade and maybe that's too much for you to want to deal with. Okay. It's like still, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. All right, let's go into game number 2. If you're playing Mekk-Knights in your Tearlament, do you want to go second? Let your opponent help you set up the columns, or you still go first, right? I think you still go first. All right, I just want to do a big shout out to all these notifications I have right here. Trigger Rich with the raid, thank you very much. Daname Sama, it's time to duel. You know it, the 14 months, 2 months of being a Gia. Bangzation, DLM Cannon, thank you. Jay Jangles, the 9 months officially having a child with me. And Parunga Shenron, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're subscribed, you have free entry into the weekly, meta weekly tournaments, $50 prize support. Also qualify for the 2K tournament. Let's go. Branded Fusion, Maxi. That's draw 2. Pot of Greed, don't mind if I do. And we'll have a Mirror Jade. We're going to summon Aluber. Oh, wait. It's going to compete with the Merly summon. Aluber Search for Branded Red is going to be better. Or the Branded Trap that reborns from your graveyard then fuses with either side of the field. That's also very good. Now, you could be asking, why don't more people play Branded Fusion? It's so good. It is, but Dweller is also so good. Branded Fusion competes with Dweller. You can't make Dweller before or after Branded Fusion. They completely counter each other. We got the Banishment. Branded Banishment will summon a Despia from the grave, then fuse with either side of the field. Super Poly will fuse with either side of the field. We have Field Spell grabbing our Shirley, discarding a Shuffler so we could disrupt any fusion plays. Merly activating. If we look in the opponent's graveyard, he does not have any Shufflers to stop this. Making Kit Cal. Kit Cal activated in a search, and the Field Spell is going to force the activation of the Branded Banishment. First, we're going to activate the Mirror Jade to banish the Kit Kalos. Then we're going to Branded Banishment, targeting the Tragedy. Cannot target the Albion. It was an illegal summon. So we are going to shuffle the target of the Branded Banishments. You're not going to summon. You're not going to fuse. And I'm going to lose my Kit Kalos, but then I'll resolve searching a monster. We have not used up our normal summon yet. We still have Rhino Heart normal. That's the play. That's the play. Yep, Rhino to the hand. And we could set up columns. We could set up the columns. This negates that trap, but it's not a trap. Uh-oh. Normal summon Rhino. Rhino on summon, send the Hobness. Get fusion summoning. We're going to not fusion summon. We're actually going to pop that back row. It is Super Polymerization. Discard the Merly as a cost. It's not going to trigger a fusion. What are we fusing into? Masquerade. Burn for 600 on every card effect activation. Rhino Heart at 2k, not big enough. Special summoning the Red Moon. Red Moon's going to wipe out the Masquerade, banishing a Mekk-Knight to wipe out a monster in the same column. We are going to link this off into Morningstar. On summon, discard. Discard? You have to discard a Mekk-Knight. Oh, okay. Well, does nothing. If your Mekk-Knight battles a monster in a different column than it, then it cannot be destroyed by that battle. So you want to be in the same column as the Mekk-Knight to destroy it by battle. We're going to use Secret to special summon a Mekk-Knight in the same column as the Aluber to negate the effect. So you are no good. No search for you. We have Polymerization. Polymerizing Aluber and Masquerade into Coritis. Coritis could reduce the Mekk-Knight to 0 attack. You gotta wait a second. Maybe we wanted to leave it on the field so we could swing both in. Probably not. You do want to be in the same column as the Morningstar to destroy it by battle. You also take no battle damage. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta read the Mekk-Knights. Yes. Memory. If you just think don't be in the same column as a Mekk-Knight, then you lose to the Morningstar. Coritis is going to reduce as we non-target banish the Morningstar. Memory's gonna lock us into Mekk-Knight summoning only. That's it. Only allowed to summon Mekk-Knights. The Gursu can't even summon a token if you wanted to because it's not a Mekk-Knight. We're gonna send a World Armor from the deck. We're gonna link this off into Morningstar again. And as long as they don't read Morningstar, they maybe can't stop the Morningstar. Double Branded Fusion. We have the Legacy Key and the Secret, which could negate Trap and Monster Effect. Lubellion. The Summon's going to be in the same column as the Morningstar. Believe it. Believe it. You best believe it. Hovness being triggered off of the Branded Fusion, being sent alongside the Albaz. Still not in the same column as the Morningstar. This will be, though. This will be. It has. Yeah, we have no other option. Let's go. Kit Kalos adding Hovness, not sending to perform a few. Why you end your turn? You could attack with Masquerade. This is not unstoppable, I promise you. It's. Let me double check. If your Mekk-Knight battles only a different column, then it cannot be destroyed by that battle and you take no battle damage. All right, let's go. No one knows what they do. All right, we got Blue Sky and the Purple Knight. Blue Sky is going to be searching for Mekk-Knights. Burn for 600 on every. Timer issue, you think he's running it? Yeah, you can't read if the timer's low. You can't. Lib, if sent for a link, is going to spin a card on the field back into the deck. We're going to grab the Secession, which will allow us to make a link 3. We're also going to special summon the Purple Knight. Then Secession, special summon to where the arrow is pointing to. So good thing we didn't block with that. Triggering Rhino Heart. Ooh, very good. The Secession does not care about what it summons from the grave. It just has to summon to where the arrow's pointing to. We are going to fuse this up into Kaleido. Kaleido is going to spin a card on the field back into the deck, dropping down at 3,200, also triggering the field spell. The Coritis will be activatable. Special summoning an Albaz from the deck, I think. Albaz can't fuse with the Kaleido Heart. We could fuse with the Lib, though, to make a Mirror Jade. Chaining Purple Knight to target itself to banish. In case he was thinking that I was fusing with that. I don't think so. Lib is fusible here. And now we have Mirror Jade to deal with the Kaleido Heart. The Mirror Jade's not a hard once per turn effect. If you summon a new one after the other one could not activate, this is activatable. It just like that, even with Morningstar being crazy and completely blocking 5 monsters, was still not able to come out on top. Branded Tearlament, foregoing the use of Dweller, and it worked. Good job. 2-0. All right, let me talk to Gia about the next match. All right, Gia's going to tell me we're going in the top 4 now. Top 4. I'm in duel room that has Haze and Mobile X. Camille and Flamingo, that's the other duel room. Okay, give me another one. Okay, we're going to watch Mobile, EX, and Haze. And then we're going to watch Floowandereeze. And then we're going to go to the grand finale live. Live grand finale. Let's go. This VOD's already 2 hours. Oh, wasn't our other one like an hour and a half? This one, this is going to be like a 3-hour VOD on YouTube. All right, let's go. This is top 4. Branded Tier versus Tier Ishizu. 40 cards versus 40 cards. We have the field spell. Now, a lot of people have not been maxing on the first fusion summon. They've been waiting for more commitment. We're not going to be a mad lad. We're going to max C right away. I mean, this is when I would max C. But it does allow the kit to just stop here. So I guess the hope is if you hold on to max C, they don't search for a trap or a scream. Searching for a Sulliek set crime would have been great. And there you go. We have negate anything. Mill 3 on summon. We have imperm negate. Sharon's going to trigger our scream to mill 3. We are going to get a shuffler in the graveyard off of this Sharon summon. I do think so. Yes, so we could counter a fusion play. We can counter the tier. We triggered Tragedy, which is our normal summon. We already had Alubur in the hand. We're going to mill 3 at the scream. We're going to have to shuffle. No shuffle. We may want the shuffle to shuffle the shuffle. We're going to King of Swamp. Go for an untargetable Chimera play. Now, even though we're untargetable, we could get negated by the crime, but if we chain link block the Chimera, we do not get negated by the crime. But we have to trigger something with the Chimera, unless we negate the polymerization with the crime. Okay, Libitum's going to chain link block. He's not going to negate. He can't stop the Chimera. That's going to pop 2 cards on the field. Chain link 1, chain link 2. He got him. Also, Sharon is another chain link block. Did not Libitum resummon the Alubur because he didn't need to. I mean, the Libitum could have chain link blocked the Sharon if we wanted to. We are under max C, so we don't want to be too crazy. Pop 2, draw 1. Field spell, Scream, be gone. Scream activates, searching for the Sulliek. Also, the Sharon's being triggered off of being sent with the crime. We're going to Mudora, spin that back. So what we could have done here is before, on the polymerization, we could have chained our shuffler onto their shuffler, and then on resolution, their Sharon would not be negated. They would have been able to fuse. So you could have preemptive shuffled to dodge the shuffle. But he probably had a shuffler in the hand and you didn't know, right? So maybe it would have been too risky to make that. Oh, he got impermanenced. That's the imperm row right there. Oh my Jesus. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Whoa, just got impermanenced. Imperm was how many plays ago? That was like maybe like three or four plays ago, I think. We got Super Poly, discard Albaz, fuse with the field. Kikalos, good thing it does not trigger off of being destroyed by battle. If it was just sent to the grave, mill, that would have been nuts. We have Beast going to draw one. Sharon's going to fuse. We have no shufflers in our graveyard right now. We have no disruption whatsoever. And the opposing player, Hayes, also has no shufflers. It's just the Super Poly. Rukalos is going to be able to negate a special summon effect. It can negate Albaz on summon activate to fuse, but it cannot stop the Super Poly, obviously. Now we got shufflers. We have a shuffler. Does the opposing player have a shuffler? He does, but the Sharon's not being chain link blocked by a Scream or a Sulliek, so the Rukalos is going to be able to negate just like that. Negate. Also send a Tearlament we controller in the hand back into the graveyard if we were to destroy the monster, which we did not. If you negate the graveyard or banish, you do not send with the Rukalos. We're going to be chain link blocking, but it does not matter because we have a shuffler, which you cannot chain link block. Returning the Merly back into the deck. Polymerization will make it so the Chimera is no longer untargetable. We're going to chain Keldo to your Snow, Merly, and our own Alubur. We're going to chain Snow Special Summon, which could flip down the Chimera now that it will be targetable. Now the Poly will be gone. All right, spin back. No field spells to be triggered here. When will it be opportune to Super Poly? We could Super Poly into a Kit Cal with the Rukal and the Merly. Do we really want to do that? Ooh, take control. It's okay. Yeah, let it resolve. If you chain Super Poly, they would just steal the newly summoned monster. We're good with the Super Poly. We're fine. We are now going to Super Poly, using Chimera and Dark to make a Starving Venom fusion. Starving Venom's going to gain 3,000 attack. Oh, Kelbeck. You have to discard to activate Super Poly, which triggers the Kelbeck. Oh my Jesus. That will trigger Alubur to summon from the graveyard, negating the Rukalos. We got Fairy Tale Snow, banish 7, come forth and summon. Not flipping down the Alubur, making Dugaris. Are you doubling the attack or drawing 2? Or reborning from the grave? Doubling the attack, 6,000 attack, no battle phase for the next turn. Don't we have Snow for game? Snow for game! Let's go! Double the attack! Skip your next battle phase, there will not be another battle phase! Lethal damage! Dugaris for game. What a top 4 duel. All right, let's hop into game 2. There is side deck. Hayes, Mobile X. Let's go. Greetings from Germany. Arturo Maran, thank you. Have my baby done. Thank you for having that baby with me. Bantosai with the 3 official had the clause for me. Seraph Sephiroth, thank you for the prime for 15. G Genty with the 9 months, also having a baby with me. Hello, bro. Thank you, Logic. And I'm officially out of the closet for you. With that said, let's hop into game number 2, opening up with a branded fusion, which is a Pot of Greed. Less people are playing Ash. Less people are playing Call by the Grave. So less ways to stop Max C. In a way, Max C kind of got better. We're going to send Tragedy, activate to get searching for an Alubur. We already have branded in red, but we could grab the branded banishment. Droplet something we're going to have to, it's going to be interesting. When to droplet? Droplet onto Mirror Jade, but because you're going to have back row cards, you could play around cards like, what? Did you just, you drew into Kelbeck? Are you freaking kidding me? Kelbeck and chaining Havnis? This is wild. Maxi, draw Kelbeck, you discard it with Lubellion, which triggers the Kelbeck that you didn't even have in your hand, and then he forced him to activate Mirror Jade, which then allowed him to use Havnis. Wow. And he's triggering, oh my Jesus. He's gonna draw 1 and fuse. What the hell? And he lost his Mirror Jade. Absolutely disgusting. Kaldo could stop the fusion at least. All right, that's fair. We discarded Kaldo with the Lubellion, which triggered the Kelbeck. Konami doesn't know how to balance cards. Why does Kelbeck have that additional effect? Did it need it? Did it really need to have that additional? Grabbing the branded opening. into a polymerization. We are polymerizing into our Masquerade minus 600 on every card effect activation. Max C. Max freaking C. What the hell? We are double Masquerade minus 1200 on every card effect activation. This is it. I think you could only activate like 4 cards, or how many is like 5? Activate number 1, minus 1200. Branded opening is gonna be discarding the Retribution, summon a monster from the deck. Drop the Lit is gonna stop the burn. No more burning. Send 2, negate 2. All right, all right. No more burn, reduced down to 1250. We're going to be summoning our Aluber searching. We have the branded Retribution, which could add a branded fusion in the graveyard back to the hand, or the branded opening. The Tragedy could also add back. Multiple branded fusions against Tearlament's good, because Tearlament generally will negate the activation with Rukalos, you can activate another one. Negate the activation with Crimes, you can activate another one. And Ash is not as popular. So with the decrease of Ash, Branded Fusion maybe got a bit better, but the only bad thing about Branded Fusion is it does stop you from making Dweller. Kid Cal. Kid Cal is here on summon, activate, searching for the Scream. A good search if you have a Tearlament already in the graveyard to summon, but we do not. So we're going to Foolish Burial, good sense, Sulik to grab a Tearlament to summon with our Kid Kalos. Now it was a good ad. Send itself, Merly, that's mill 11. Mill 8 was not enough. Are you out of your damn mind? Mill 11, 25 cards on the deck. Mill 11 and further reduced by 500. Evenly matched. We got Mudora, Shuffler, Sharon. We have the Instant Fusion gone. We have another Shuffler. We really triggered nothing off of milling 11. How? How do you trigger nothing? We have rank 4 exceed, MP2. You were not rank 4 exceeding. We're making Elf to reborn Merly. So right now the Suliak is not activatable. Making sure to shuffle away the Masquerades. We can only activate one of them to reborn. Mudora chaining to the Masquerade, the only one that can activate, so it stops its activate. And the Retribution chain to the Branded Fusion. All right, very good. Double Branded Fusion, and he doesn't have a Rukalos to stop even one of them, so it's not that big of a deal. Completely countered the Masquerades, having him activate the first one to then shuffle it again back into the extra. Branded Fusion. Only now, this is the first opportunity to activate the Elf. Elf reborn Merly. Merly, Scream, mill 6. Suliak can negate the Lubellion. Lubellion can't dodge the negate. There's no snow, there's nothing. And even if you chain link block, it's still gonna get negated. Nuts. All right, get ready. You're not even using Suliak. Saving the Suliak, using the droplet to negate and reduce. Down to 1250, down to 750. So by not using Suliak, I think he put some value in the attack reduction of Droplet, which is why we did that. Shadow Beast gonna drawing into DD Crow. What the hell? Now we're going to negate the Aluber, which is already smaller than the Elf. I cannot believe the Scream will reduce further summoned monsters after its activation. That's how broken it is. Nothing in Tearlament is balanced. Come forth, Kaleido Heart. Kaleido Heart on summon, spinning back the Aluber back into the deck. Not big enough to attack into anything. I was reading something that's so true. Tearlament's so broken that they have a card that they don't even use that would be broken in any other deck. A Foolish Burial, an archetype Foolish Burial that's searchable, and the deck's so good you don't even play it. They have everything. Kaleido Heart gets spinning off of an Aqua Monster being sent to the graveyard, off of the Max C being summoned and triggering the Scream because we have a Kaleido Heart summoning a Rukalos also. Rukalos is going to negate the Aluber from summoning onto the field off of the Fusion Monster being dealt with. Jeez. Oh my cheese. That's a 2-0. That is a 2-0. Lethal damage. Our only hope for the Tearlament Ishizu is the Floowandereeze, the birds, and then we're going right into the grand finale. Let's go. Jay, you got the grand finale room. You got them ready and waiting. Are they okay with waiting? Are they freaking out right now? They're waiting. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of money here. We're giving you lots of money. First place is winning the equivalent of about $1,000. They get a $500 card and I think $500 also. Wow. 1K for first place. So let's hop into it. Get ready, get ready. It is Flamingo and Cam, yes? All right, let's go. Floowandereeze or Floowandereeze. Yasumia with the gifted sub. Thank you very much. Werfest WT Tier 0 is here, and I won more games going for Maxi Challenge deckouts this time out than doing an actual combo. Let's go. You know it. Death Echo, give us Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon, please. Like, are you all baiting me on leaks? Because I know when that card's coming. There you go. Leak exclusive. Exclusive leak. I know when that card's coming. Thank you. Imported Tuna, thank you for the 2 months. The final act, Dark World Structure Deck coming to MD when. Nice try. All right, let's hop into game 1. Let's go. Rhino, Maxi Shifter did not shift the Rhino. We waited? Okay, we really wanted to max C. We wanted to max C. That's why we waited. Didn't Orange Light Shifter? No? You're okay with getting shifted? You're okay with getting max seed also? What's going on? What's going on? This is interesting. Interesting situation we have here. We're gonna draw evenly off the max C. Triple Tactics talent. Look at the hand. Are we ripping that evenly? The pot. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna end. That's it. You bricked. Uh-oh, duality. He's holding on the Herald Orange Light for the normal summon bird. Yup. Summon Rabina, Orange Light. He waited. Wait, you can't even Orange Light under Shifter. You can't. You can't. You can't. Oh my Jesus. What the? Why would we not negate Shifter? Why? I don't understand. Okay, Enpin, there's some big brain activity going on here that it's beyond my understanding. All right, adding Rabina, and we got the Floowandereeze Dreaming Town, additional summon the Stry, no Shuffler to deny this. You do want to use Shufflers to deny this effect so they don't get an additional summon, even though you didn't even have the additional summon. Kid Cal's banished forever unless we get a crime in the graveyard to recycle it back in the extra. We got Dreaming Town to additional summon, which could get orange lighted unless we chain link block with Stry. Whoa. Draw phase, Heartbeat, getting rid of the Dreaming Town. You could only summon during the main phase. Very good play. Outplayed. Wow. Empin's gonna stop the activation of any monster in attack position that's special summoned. Wow. Snow, rip the Empin. We have no play. Nothing. Now we're popping off. Now a Guido Mill 5 Twin Twister in the main deck. Is this real? What the heck? This is game 1, right? Crime recycle the Kid Kalos off of the random mill. Very good. And now we got Sulliek to the hand. Shokan into the Redoer. When do you summon Redoer? When your Dweller is not good against the deck you're playing against. That's one instance where you Redoer. There you go. Triggering the effect of the Sharon by sending it by card effect, not by cost. The Redoer will come back during the end phase, and during the standby phase, maybe we'll suck up a trap, giving it non-targeting removal. We're going to use Kit to summon Rhino, Mill 5, send a Tearlament from the deck to the grave. Let's go, let's go. Snow is not special summoned. That's correct. It was normal summoned. The Hovness is going to be fusion summoning with the Kit into Dragostapelia. Much better than Root Kalos in this matchup. Alrighty. And goodbye to the Stry. You can't chain link block the Dragostapelia. That's so good. Just that negate the bird. The bird's negated. He outplayed. Sucked up a Book of Moon, and he could draw one now. He could draw into a Herald of Orange Light play, which he's not going to do because it's going to be chain link blocked. Does he chain link block the Eglin? Okay, I was thinking like, you know, is it maybe worth it to stop him from adding that? No, it wouldn't even be worth it. Negate. That's a checkmate. We have no play. Did not go for evenly matched first because what? You're going to banish Rhino, Redoer is going to keep the Dragostapelia. You still get negated. You're done for this turn. You're done. It's over. 8 cards in the grave, cannot shift, or you have to have nothing in the graveyard. Redoer, suck up another, wow. Redoer, pot agreed, draw 2, draw on your opponent's turn, draw on your turn. You gotta be kidding me. Fairy Tale Snow, banishing 7 to trigger the Scream, mill 3. Or we're waiting on the Mudora, then mill 3, into a Sharon, into a Fusion, fusing with the field, Shokan into Kid Cow. Stop, he's already dead. Cam, come on. Havnish to the hand. And we are going in. Game 1. Going to Tearlament. Is Twin Twister in the main deck? Gia, can we double check that? Hold on, I was watching game 1, right? I screwed up. That was game 2. I screwed up. I done goofed. Okay, let's watch this. All right, the grand finalists are waiting. Let's go, let's go. I didn't do that. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. My bathroom flooded. All right, let's go. Whoa, DD Crow, let's go. Summon Eglin, tribute summon the Crow. It works. It actually is the ideal play. I can't believe it. We are going to flip the entire field face down, summoning the Eglin, search, then additional summon, trigger the Dreaming Town. Bro, you have DD Crow. You could stop the Dreaming Town, but now it's too late. Too late. You had to banish before this happened. Oh, that's like one of the only times your DD Crow could actually be good against Floowandereeze. Well, it's also good against Stry if they target their own card. Now you're getting flipped. Ooh, that is unfortunate. Too late to Crow. Full flippage, adding the map. It's game 2. Map is going to be additionally summoning the Eglin, banishing the Rabina. It's game 2 Kappa. That's what it is. Add back the Rabina. We have the additional summon of the Ryza or the Apex Avian. We have Rabina, which could recycle the Dreaming Town, which you would, this time we will DD Crow it, I'm sure. Back to me. Come to me. Tribute summon. Double Empin. You deal it 1. I got another one. We also are going to have Unexplored Winds. That could make it so we could tribute over the opponent's fields on our tribute summon. Very good. Eglin, activate. Then we're going to use it right away. We're actually just going to win, right? Win? Don't we have game? Tribute off their fields. Spin with it, the Ryza, attack for game. I thought that was game. Am I a fool? Do you still have game or you lost game? I think you had game. Okay. Get swinging. Double 27, 800. We did miss lethal here, but that's okay. I guess he wanted to be safer, not try to go for game, set up a negate instead. Scooping it up. All right, get ready for game 3. Let's go, let's go. All right. We have live grand finale right after this game. Side deck Twin Twister, by the way. Pot of P, dig deep. I mean, we got the plays. Imperm, though, we have Advent to dodge the impermanence. We also have additional summon with the map. We could pop the Dreaming Town in the draw phase with the Twin Twister. With the Dreaming Town, if it were to not be popped to the Twin Twister, we would be able to triple Tactics Town, so that's probably going to be dead here. Are we imperming the Eglin? I think imperming the Eglin is correct if you know they could play around it, or if you don't know. Even if you know they have additional summon, stop them from adding the bigger monster, which unfortunately did not work out here because of the Advent. We are now going to be adding back the Stry, which made it so we could play around an Ashe. Ashe becoming less relevant now. Rabina search DD Crow. Uh-oh. DD Crow with Rabina. Stry, target a card in your own graveyard, banish. If your opponent had a DD Crow, that was the time to use it. It would have stopped the summon of Empin, but then we would summon Empin anyway because we have an additional summon. Rabina, come back to me. So I guess in that instance, you would not DD Crow. Make sure you toggle on for the Dreaming Town, which we know Cam already knows to do, as he did with the Heartbeat. And let's go. DD Crow stop the grave. Empin stop a special and monster and attack. Draw phase Twin Twister. Wiping out any and all capabilities of summoning on the opponent's turn. Terraforming into the field spell. Rhino, send DD Crow. Follow up Tactics Talent, or we're gonna do Sharon instead. Let's go. Are we we milled Kelbeck and Agito. Mill 10, a good play against DD Crow. Because we had a miller, just YOLO mill like crazy, and then DD Crow will not stop you. We have double fusion play to play around the DD Crow. Very well done. And then we have Scream also searching for a Sulliek. Chainlink blocking with Scream against some people are playing Ghost Spell, even Skullmeister. So very good to stop that. Shokan to the Kick Kalos. If we have King of the Swamp, we could also make a Root Kalos here if we wanted. We do not. We are going to enough to make a Kaleido Heart instead. Kaleido in attack position to battle because we have the field spell to wipe out the Empin. All right, makes sense. Kid Kalos in defense so it could activate with the Empin on the field. We still have our normal summon. Nuts. Rhino, send, Sharon, activate, negate. The third and final fusion, DD Crow, stop it. This is not looking good for birds. Very bad. Shokan into Dweller to make Zeus. That's all we're doing here. Get the Sharon in the grave. Kit Cal, reborn the Sharon, sending itself to the graveyard, 2,300. We're gonna mill 5, triggering the Sulliek. We already performed our normal summon. We have triple tactics talent, taking control of the Toucan. And just like that, we got lethal damage. Floowandereeze being defeated in the top 4. We now have a live grand finale. Gia, they could start. Good job, Cam. It was close. Close game. Oh, boy. Twin Twister for the win, right? Twin Twister, Heartbeat in the draw phase. Play Heartbeat. You probably have to be main deck in the Heartbeat. Yep, and even if you mill the Heartbeat, adds a trap in the graveyard back to your hand. Pretty good. Recycle the Heartbeat also. Get them in the draw phase in the Dreaming Town. Now, it is time for the grand finale. Gia, you have the grand finale room for me? Grand finale. Our last grand finale, Tearlament timed out. Please do not time out. Do not do it. After this grand finale, I'm going to be showcasing to you the deck list of the tournament. I'm also going to showcase to you the tier list being impacted from the tournament. But before that, I'm going to have to pee. So this is a live duel. Let's get the channel point bet up and going. I'm going to click an ad right... Oh, you're already during an ad. So if you're in an ad right now, which you can't hear me, goodbye, I'm peeing. Are you ready? It is time. It is time for the grand finale. We are in a live duel. We are live in the grand finale. I believe it's double tier. Are you surprised? Hajime, I'll get to the notifications app in between duels. Thank you very much. We are going in, opening up the field spell, searching for our Rhino, our Havnis actually. Summon Rhino, send Sharon, activate to Fusion Shokan. No Max C in sight. No DD Crow, no Max C. We are going to chain Havnis to the Kit Cal and Imperm. You can't Imperm then Havnis. It's got to be Havnis then Impermanence. Perfect. Fully negate. Not going to have a good way to send to the graveyard to mill 5 or summon a Tearlament on the field. Also no search. And we now have a shuffler in our graveyard. That's going to trigger our Agido to be able to summon just itself onto the field to help with a rank 4 exceed. And the Mad Lad also has Max C. He waited on the Max C. I'm going to follow up with a Triple Tactics talent to draw 2. We have used up our normal summon, but we have Keldo, discard Mudora, special summon. We got a rank 4 exceed, continually drawing under that Max C, grabbing the Kelbeck. You Agido, I Agido. Agido reborn my Kelbeck from the graveyard. So we have a rank 4 exceed to counter your rank 4 exceed for the next turn. Draw again, turn off the graveyard, end the turn. Now, let's take a pause real quick, look at both players' graveyards. We have a Shuffler for Cam, and Hayes has a Shuffler in their graveyard also. The Dweller will turn off the graveyard from being activatable though. Dweller right away, detaching, and you know, that does play around impermanence because there's no open field to even imperm with. Does not have a back row Sulliek. That is quite interesting. The imperm negating the Kit Kalos, stopping him from searching for a Sulliek under Max C. And he didn't even know he was under Max C until after summoning the Kit Kalos. You Max C me, I Max C you. Most players have dropped Ash. They've dropped Call by the Grave. So Max C is always resolving. We just have to play under the Max C, which Tearlament play under Max C quite well. Making a Kit, search Sulliek, end. And then you could just explode on the opponent's turn. Now, what kind of rank 4 exceeds are we expecting? If we look at the tier list here, look at that, 48% of the meta of all community tournaments. Let's check out the popularly used exceeds. A lot of people, even though it's not popular yet, I think it'll be popular after today's event. Dryden, Borbo, 4 material Zeus. That's the good stuff. We could make a Redoer. We could make our own Dweller. What's interesting is you could battle over the opponent's Dweller with one of your Tearlaments that are big enough, like a Sharon without a boost, and then you could make your Zeus main phase too. You don't have to make your own exceed now. You could wait. We are going in, Dweller on Dweller. How do they make Dryden? You make Chakanine. Zodiac. So you go Chakanine, and then you can go into Dryden. And Borbo, and you could use Dryden effect. And with Borbo, you'll have a 4 material Zeus and pop a card in the field. We are going to chain the Mudora. It's Dweller versus Dweller. Our graveyard's already turned off. So we are going to be targeting just 1. You can target up to 3 cards. We're going to shuffle just 1 Shuffler back into the deck. Now, both players have no Shufflers in their graveyard. Normal summon Fairy Tale Snow. The Kit Kalos does not trigger to mill 5 if destroyed by battle. It's a full field wipe, and no effects will be triggered. Even if she did, Dweller does stop it. Now, it is reasonably said that whoever has field spell and the other person doesn't is at a massive advantage. If at any moment a Tearlament, they controller in the graveyard shuffled back in the deck, it's going to activate the field spell to pop any card on the field. Triple Tactics talent. Are we looking at the hand or drawing 2? We're looking. It shows in the replay, right? Another Max C. Havnis is a dead hand. This does nothing. Nothing's good here. It could chain to the Dweller though. The Kelbeck is paired up with the Sharon. That's going to be milling like crazy. But if we have Dweller to stop it, oh my Jesus. And the Havnis summon chaining to Dweller, whatever you mill is not going to be activatable anyway. Do we have a way to get snow in the grave? Not going dark to make snow into the grave. We are under the max C, so we wanted to be careful there. So now we know he's got max C. We're waiting with Dweller, aren't we? We are waiting. So Dweller, if we put snow in the graveyard, it would just be shuffled back by the Keldo. He has no other shufflers in the graveyard. He's thinking about what to shuffle back. He is triggering his field spell. This is what we're talking about. Shuffle back, kick Kalos, activate the field spell, wipe out Dweller. Dweller will chain after we sent back Hovness, which again, not too much of a big deal here. Detach. The Kelback does not trigger unless it was sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard. All right, goodbye Duel. If we can continually control the opponent with the Planet Field spell, both players, main deck and Snow. Snow is the way. Snow, flip down Snow. Snow is level 4. He's got 7 cards in the graveyard to banish to resummon it. I guess take out Hovness. Hovness is one of the weakest monsters to have on the field. It could help make Dark. It's not going to rank 4 exceed, not going to help you make an Elf. He's got max C. And as I said earlier, no one's really playing outs to max C. No Ash, no Call by the Grave. We don't have room for those cards anymore. They're too low impact. That's how broken Tearlament is. They don't have room for Ash or the Called By. Rhino on summon. Mill a Tearlament, trigger a fusion. This is going to be the max C. Activates. Max C or DD Crow could stop the fusion. We're going to be drawing off of every special summon. There's no shufflers in either player's graveyard here. No shuffle, no shuffle. Snow versus Snow. Snow on flip will not activate to flip a card in the field face down. Now, generally, the deck plays pretty decently under max C by simply making the Kit Kalos to then search for a trap. That's it. Just search for Sulliek Pass and they'll just draw 1. So that's why Maxi is really not that big of a deal. Kid Cal. Now, instead of searching Sulliek, he could maybe search Crime. Crime could negate, spell, trap, monster effect. In a more simplified game state, it might be more powerful to use the Crime. We are grabbing the Sulliek. The permanent monster negating continuous trap usable on both turns, turn after turn after turn, flipping up that Snow. It's time to battle. Now, graveyard check 4 cards in his graveyard. If the Snow were to hit there, he's not going to have enough to be summoning it. And we are able to make Dweller if it is not in our graveyard, which it is, and we don't have a shuffler to shuffle it back. Normally, we would very easily be able to recycle the Dweller. We're just in that rare situation where we cannot. If we have a Keldo or Mudora in the hand with another Earth Fairy, we could special summon it, even under max C, give him that draw, shuffle back in the Dweller, and then that might be worth it, but we'll see. He's not doing that, though. I could see. His field lighting up is the Fairy Tale Snow asking, would you like to banish your entire hand? Would you like to banish everything you have to summon me? No, thank you. Can't make Duel. So do you have you don't want to go Chakanine Dryden under max C. Does not even want to make Redoer under max C. Was it worth it? Rhino Heart. Send a Tearlament. We have the Sulliek, which could trigger the Rhino Heart to reborn back onto the field, discarding a Tearlament and also sending a Tearlament, or send Kit Kalos Mill 5. The field lighting up means that Cam is the one thinking. We are thinking long and hard. We are going to do it. Because if the Rhino Heart successfully resolves sending a Tearlament, that will also trigger the field spell to pop any card in the field. We do not want that to happen. He could Fairy Tale Snow dodge. He could dodge. If he dodges the Sulliek, Sulliek will not trigger Rhino Heart or Kit Kalos. It almost was worth it, actually. You would not trigger Kit Cal to Mill 5. You would get to send. You would get to trigger your field spell. I don't know. Maybe we'd have to banish 4 from the grave, the Rhino, and 2 cards from our hand. But we get a fusion, and we get to pop. Hovness, and then we wouldn't be dealing with what's happening right here. The Hovness activating. It was a very expensive snow, but I'm thinking that was actually the play. Sulliek does target. It would not be able to negate the newly summoned monster. Scream grabbing another Sulliek. Do you not have Crime in the grave, or you're not playing Crime at all? I do not have access to their deck list. I'm not looking at them. But if I was Hayes, I'd be like, oh, I think you don't have Crime. We are shuffling back Kid Kalos and Havnis, making the Rukalos. Rukalos can negate snow in the graveyard without having to send a card you control or from the hands of the grave. Set pass. Oh boy. Do we have any shufflers here? We have no shuffles. All right. We know he's got a Kelbeck in the hand, yeah? We did see that. Boosted by the field spell, wiping out the Rhino Heart. 12 cards in the grave for his snow. We need more juice in the grave to use our snow. This is live. Focus, focus. This is already negated, which means we can't just use Sulliek to trigger a fusion. You cannot negate something already negated. To battle. Simply, if you want to turn off Tearlament back row cards, all the Tearlament back row requires the Tearlament to be on the field. So if you can just battle, get it off the field, make your plays main phase 2, and somehow we're going in for lethal. You didn't even summon Snow because it was too expensive to do so. He just wanted to surrender. So, talking about that game 1, both players going to side deck now. They're going to hop into game 2. I really think that moment when he Sullieked, he had to Fairy Tale Snow, banish the Rhino, dodge him sending the Kit Cal, send for a fusion. But what is he even fusing with? Because he's going to have nothing, right? I don't think you could even field spell. You send a Merly, and you would have to leave one body in the grave or in the hand. You can't have field spell. It was too much to banish. He wouldn't even be able to trigger a fusion. Oh my Jesus. Yeah, there was just not much you could do there. But we're going to be going into game 2. So maybe I would say it's not a mistake now that I'm thinking about it more, because that Snow really had to banish almost everything. Let's go. Now, believe it or not, we have some side deck data on the website. Let's look at tournaments only, and popular side deck cards are Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched has been a very good card to deal with the Tearlament mirror match, even against control decks. So good I would consider just main it maybe, yeah? Ash in the side deck, interesting. Most popular being Evenly Matched, Cosmic and Heartbeat to deal with the floodgates. Super Polymerization, I'm not too much of a fan of that. You think it does counter Dweller. Usually when they have Dweller, they're going to have Rukalos also. But when you Super Poly, then the Rukalos will resummon. And yeah, I mean, it's okay. Call by the Grave, interesting. All right. Now, what else is good? What else could we expect in the main deck? I'm not sure if they're playing Salvation. Are people liking Salvation? I know that that both of them are playing Fairy Tale Snow, which 37% of tournament topping decks so far, banned in the TCG for a good reason, being used. And with the Zodiac cards being banned in TCG and OCG, you should definitely consider it. It's 4 material Zeus and pop a card in the field. The big downside is it's a lot of cards you're going to have to put in your extra deck. And with that said, we are going into game number 2. Salvation Winmore. All right. I want to make sure we have the correct players on both sides. Cam is up a game, adding the field spell right away. Just looks kind of like game 1. Yeah, adding Havnis, summon Rhino. That's what he did game 1. Summon Merly, mill 6. Putting a lot of value on having Havnis in the hand for the mirror match. Rhino could trigger here. Only Rhino. We have a Shuffler in the graveyard also. Could send the Havnis that we put so much, value into adding to our hand. We're now going to activate Havnis to fuse, and also Rhino Heart to send for another fusion. double fusion. This is generally where you'd want a Mood Dragon and a Kit Kalos play. We do have DD Crow, and final confirm, like, there's no way he's gonna max C right now, right? He was gonna wait. Cam waited before, so I can't say that there's no max C until after this. Sharon's gonna be making the Mood Dragon for a Dweller, or we could just make our Root Kalos after. Well, see, you want to make use of the Kit Kalos, so that's why I'm saying he's gonna Mood Dragon. Field spell Pop in the Scream to search for a trap. Very good. Crime or Sulliek, Imperm, negate. So because he's got Imperm, now he doesn't have to summon Mood Dragon. Now he could use the Kit Kalos as part of the fusion. Otherwise, you would not want to use the Kit Kal early for a Root Kalos. You'd want to wait. Big negate does stop him from milling 5 and reborning from the graveyard. But now, how do we make Dweller? If we don't get the effect of Kit Kalos, maybe we still make Dweller. Maybe we still Mood Dragon, that is. He's doing it. He's still not going to be making the Root Kalos. He's going for that Dweller. There you go. There you go. Now, it's worth noting, if he summoned Mood Dragon first, he would have not been Impermanenced. If he swapped the order, Mood Dragon plays around Impermanence. Mood Dragon first, then on the activation to summon a Kit Kalos, you activate to turn it dark, and then Kit Kalos comes out and it can't be Impermanenced. That was the play, right? Right. We got Crime to the hand. And it's time to Duel. You do that play, they don't Imperm, but then they have Impermanence for your Dweller now. So, yeah, interesting. But maybe you'd play around the Impermanence anyway. He's not going to shotgun the Dweller, will he? We got Crime, which can negate anything. Spell, trap, monster effect. Not dwelling early. He's suspecting another Impermanence. Wait, as soon as there's a card on the field, he'll activate Dweller to play around the Imperm. Now, what's crazy about that is if you activate Mudora or Kaldo discarding a Miller or a Shuffler, you might get jumpy and you may want to activate the Dweller early, but you're still impermeable. This is easy Dweller, that is. Crime has to be the direct chain link to this. He might actually be considering, if I Crime, I negate and shuffle back in the deck, I may not even need Dweller. He's doing Dweller. Hold on to the Crime. You could Crime negate a Droplet here if we were to follow up negate the Dweller. But if the Droplet sends a trap, you can't Crime it. It's good. No activation of Sulliek. No search for a monster. No Rhino special summon plus send a Tearlament. Uh-oh. Triple Tactics Talent. Could steal Dweller, make a Zeus. Ooh. Taking control. Crime says no. Crime negates the activation, which means you could activate another Triple Tactics Talent if we have another one. Do we have another? Sending Fairy Tale Snow at 7 cards in the graveyard, now 8. We could banish just enough for the Fairy Tale Snow to get flipping. We used up our normal summon. Ooh, does Hayes win right away here? Is this it? It's over? Up coaching? We're not. Oh, he did another one! Double the Triple Tactics Talent! Let's go! Take control. You negated my activation, mate. Oh, okay. Fairy Tale Snow. Banish 7. You don't... Oh, you're going to banish your own Shuffler? Wait, what are you... Banishing the Dweller. I don't think so. You are not going to take control of my Dweller. I do not think so. So, if you take control of Snow, does it activate to flip? Right? Isn't this the ruling with Chimera on summon, steal it? Grabbing the Kit Cal, get flipping. I can't say anything here. I cannot. I can't. Flipping down the Merly. Merly was summoned this turn. Kit Kalos, if summoned last turn, could just be flipped right back up. So the elf play has been denied. If Kit Kalos sends itself to the graveyard, it's going to trigger mill 5 for the opponents. But if you send Merly, then it's not going to trigger. So send Merly, special summon, link off with Kick Kalos. Wait, I don't want to. Oh, okay. I don't want to cheat for him, but there's like this idea I kind of want to say, and it's actually the most insane thing ever. I can't say it. I have to wait until the opportunity passes. If Cam does it, then I'll go nuts. Okay, I can't. I literally have to wait till end phase. Okay, so Tactics Talent. We have the kit, Cal, temporarily. We are under Dweller. I think he's doing it. He's actually doing it. I think he's doing it. I still can't, but like that's step one. So Kick Cal did not trigger because that's not a card effect, so that's a way to get in the graveyard without triggering it. It's like you're like there. That's it. What's going on here? He's got Keldo. He's got Keldo. The Keldo kind of messes with it. I mean, that was it. I don't need to say anything, and I could just say it now. You link with Kick Cal so it does not trigger, then you summon Kick Cal and it activates a search from your deck. He's under Dweller right now, but that's insane. You steal Kit, link it, reborn it, and then you search your deck for a Sulliek, and you then probably win, right? But he's got the Keldo. The Keldo stops that play. It was still worth it to do this. Now, Dark has an additional secret effect. 1,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand if destroyed. So that could be a Havnis. Could be a Sharon. Sharon, Havnis, not Merly. Merly and Rhino. Rhino is water. Merly too thick. 0 cards in the grave. If you go even, Snow and Dark, is that even? Because the Dark's gonna get that search. You really want to give, yeah, you know, how do we deal with the Dark without triggering its effect? We got rank 4 exceed, Dweller not big enough here. The field spell's not gonna boost up Dweller. We also don't have a water to boost up the Dweller. This is really interesting. This is such an awkward position for Hayes. Are we going for maybe Redoer or maybe a Borbo or whoa? Are we YOLOing the grand finals? You're gonna draw 2, skip your next draw phase. Do we have a negate for that? Sulliek would not be activatable here. We need a Tearlament. YOLO! Impermanence! No! We tried! Imperm negate the draw 2, discard 1, which could trigger a fusion. No way! The Imperm right down the middle. We still have a shuffler in the graveyard, so this duel is far from over. Set pass. I'm gonna keep on reminding you, the Tearlament traps, they can't hurt you if they don't have a Tearlament on the field. They do nothing. They all need a Tearlament monster on the field. Imperm was perfect. Dark's gonna be not activatable. There's no Dark monster in the graveyard to summon. In our own graveyard, we have Merly, which, I mean, it's just obvious. It's not coaching. Dark helps you summon Elf. Elf summons Merly. You know the rest. Not really able to make much use of our field spell. Battle phase, okay. Now, Dugaris dying by the Dark. I would like, there's a lot of small things I want to add commentary on. I just don't want to be reminding the players of small things. Okay, that triggered the ability to summon Zeus. If we were able to main phase 2, make a rank 4 exceed. First place wins $1,000 out of the 2K. Second place is like 500, 600, something around there. All right. Come on, any Tearlament could turn on your back row. If it's a Sulliek, normal summon, negate Dark, trigger, fuse, pop, wham bam, thank you ma'am. It's like anything. Our graveyard is dry. Oh, what? It's like, you have to do that. You have to get another shuffler on the field, right? You already have Keldo in the graveyard. It's not big enough to take out Dark, but at least you could stop fusion plays. Okay. The prize is $1,000 cash and $1,000 of cards. Only first and second place are getting a card. $350 over the Mudora. Both shufflers in the graveyard now susceptible to a single shuffle. You can't, like, you don't even have a shuffle to normal summon. Normal summon shuffler, even nothing. No shufflers for Cam. Flipping up Scream, we finally have a Tearlament. You have to be careful. You mess this up, you play into, he's already playing around it. This is a subtle, good play. I mean, everyone's doing this, but some people may not know why. It plays around Havness. So if he has Havness in the hand, it's not summonable if you put the Scream on Chainlink 2. We have Sharon and Rhino. Rhino not activatable. Okay, he sent a second Sharon. He just wants to fuse once, but then that plays in a DD Crow. Maybe in the simplified game states, you should be doing double fusion and not get greedy. I said it. I said it. He didn't go for double fusion. And I understand you just want to do one fusion, but, you know, DD Crow is a thing. And that, wow, like that's it. Your fusion is, there's no fusion now. No fusion. Keldo chain. What are we Keldo chaining? We popping with field spell? Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I can't say until I see it. Giving him imperms back in the deck. Okay. Imperm. Someone in the chat just said it. Someone in the chat said it. It's a great idea. It's a really good idea. Right? Right? This is when we do the thing. The thing. You know? That really good idea. I mean, it's pretty good. I guess it's like, do you have to do it though? It's like pretty good. It's just like both cards are pretty good. It's because there's a Rhino on the field. If it was anything else but Rhino, then I would say, yeah. So the idea was to field spell, pop your Scream, search a Sulliek, but then, you know, Sulliek, send Rhino, you have no other tiers in the hand. So, and you know, Scream is also decent. They summon, you mill 3, you might get lucky, yeah? And we do have an active shuffler with a Tearlament in the field spell. So we could stop a fusion and we could pop a card in the fields. The problem with that is now Dark is live. We allowed it, which triggers our Scream. Now we screaming. Let's go. Now, the Dark and the Sharon can make an Elf to reborn the Merly to mill 3. We have triggered the Beast to draw 1. All right. So I guess the Scream was maybe better than Sulliek, right? I think we could agree on that. Sulliek send Rhino right here would have not been so good. There's an interesting play here. I'll talk about it after it happens. There's just so many different ideas of what you could do in this matchup. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Do not forget about the Snow. Snow's activatable. We have 7 other cards besides the Snow in the grave to banish. We have activatable field spell with the Shuffler. We're afraid of the Shuffler. The Shuffler makes it so we can't safely go into an Elf. What do we do here? What do we do? For both players, there's some funny business. For both players. Okay, so an idea could have been to use a Shuffler to return back to the deck, trigger the field spell, pop your Sharon on the opponent's field, and then you fuse. So we could have popped Sharon with our fields, but it would take up a Shuffler. Mudora is going to spin back the target of the Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf targeting the Merly. And another idea was using Dark to swing into the Rhino, activate the Dark in the graveyard, search your deck for a Sharon. I mean, you got to have something to use Sharon with, right? And then if they disrupted the Shuffler, you will probably be able to rank 4 Exceed. But then the field spell pops the other Sharon. Ghost Bell? What the heck? Okay, negate the Shuffler, mate. You trying to stop me from summoning Merly? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That stopped Field Spell. Field Spell was gonna pop a card. And Merly was gonna be shuffled back into the deck and not be summoned to mill 3. He's got no shufflers left that are activatable. He has milled Havnus and Merly. Does he now win the entire duel? I think he now wins. No, come on. We can't have a 2-0 in the grand finale. Come on. Wow. That was crazy. No shuffle, no field spell. Ghost Bell, did you side deck it or are you maining it? Kid Cow, a lot of people are liking Skullmeister more than Ghost Bell because the Skullmeister, being a dark, could help make Moo Dragon. Also, Skullmeister's level 4. Just normal summon it. Moo Dragon, making your monsters that are the same attribute of the Moo Dragon untargetable. Also, this could help you make your rank 4 Exceed. Dweller, not in the graveyard nor banished, so it is active. Bell is, yeah, it is more versatile, but you can't fuse with it, so that could be a big downside. Yeah, he's also a super rare. Active Rhino. Kit Cal sending itself for the mill 5. We want to get more shufflers in the graveyard. Once we get a ton of shufflers in the graveyard, that's going to pretty much secure this game. Rhino is here. We could also be thinking, can we lethal? Probably. It's crazy to think that the Scream is reducing the chance of lethaling here. Kit Cal mill 5. 5 cards milled, another Ghost Bell here. Did we Rhino effect in the grave yet? Sending a Sharon. So we are activating the Sharon. Are we activating the Rhino in the graveyard also? I don't think we've Rhinoed. We did not. So that's another body on the field. Right? You have a Tearlament card in the hand. Maybe you have a Sulliak and you're thinking, what if I need it for next turn? So I think we're grabbing the calculator and we're thinking, do I have it? We're going into, or we're going Kaleido with the Rhino. So did we want to summon Rhino or use Rhino for a Kaleido Heart to spin a card in the field back into the deck? Chat, who's good with math? What is this? What do we got here? We got 1, 3, 4, 400, 4,000, 5,000, like 6,000 damage. We don't have it. That's why we didn't spin the monster. No game, no game. But we got Dweller. MP2 Dweller. That is Fairy Tale Snow. And we also don't attempt lethal with Snow in the graveyard. That's not a good idea. All right, so we're going for damage. We're not trying to make a Zeus play here. No battling with an Exceed. Dweller, better than Zeus anyway. He does have an active Shuffler. And after our milling, we got no Shuffler in the grave? What is going on? I'm suspecting Cam took his millers out and put more hand traps in. I think so. Maybe both players did that. I don't remember if we saw any millers in game 2. Did we? We got Dwell, MP2 Dwell, untargetable Dweller. Don't have to play around in permanents anymore. We could just shotgun the Dweller and you should be good. Do we have another Merly in the graveyard to reborn? We do not. No Merly in the grave. We are Fairy Tale Snowing in the end phase. Reminder, we do have the Mudora. Fairy Tale Snow can't flip down the Dweller. Oh, that was such a good play. Flip down Dweller in the end phase, and we can't even do it. Oh my Jesus. Flip down Kaleido. It's like, okay. I mean, this is end phase. We just have Dweller. We can't even trigger, we can't Elf. No Elf. Just Dwell. All right, all right, all right. Kaleido only triggers off of an Aqua being sent to the grave by card effects, so Dweller detaching an Aqua would not trigger Kaleido. Moon Dragon is a worm anyway. Uh-oh. Playing into the Hovness, mill 3, max C. Whatever we mill's not gonna be activatable. We do have a Shuffler in our graveyard. Not that we need it right now. This duel is actually not over. I can't believe it. Crime could have added a banished Tearlament. Wow, we actually wanted that. Crime got stopped from activating. We are under max C. We still have our normal summon. Scream. Yeah, you know, we had to trigger the Hovness. It's like the same thing. Wait, wouldn't it better to be normal summon Hovness, reduce the field by 500? And then attack over Dweller? Yeah? It does the same thing, does it not? Dark, Reborn? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sharon, we're under max C, mate. Gonna give him draw 3. Reduce the Dweller. Sharon's also already bigger than Dweller with the field spell. Ghost Bell, the third one. There's 3 in the graveyard now. Bell, Bell, and Bell. Triple Ghost Bell. What the hell? Merly too thick. Dweller too thick. Elf Reborn Max C. Wow. Flip Summon doesn't trigger the Scream, does it? No, just normal and special. Wow, this was crazy grand finale. We have Mudora and Snow. He's gonna have to Snow, wait, he's only got 6 cards in the grave for Snow. He has to banish the entire field and grave. He's not Dwelling. Dwelling's got an attack boost right now. Maybe he wants to maintain the attack boost. Okay, correction, there's 8 other cards, including the field and grave, there's 8 cards. He'd have to banish 2 cards in the field plus the entire grave to summon Snow. Merly will trigger the Kaleido to spin a card on the field back in the deck. He also has a Shuffler. He does not. He does not have a Shuffler. No Shuffle. He's banishing 5 from the grave, 2 from the field. You're gonna chain with Kaleido. Kaleido's already gonna trigger. You can't even stop Kaleido. It's... You did not mill an Aqua. You did not. What the... He just flipped up Kaleido, didn't he? Yeah, he can flip Kaleido down. Kaleido would have triggered right here with the Snow. It doesn't stop it. Wow. And it's down. It's down. We're gonna add Sharon. Not even bothering to Dwell. Holy moly, what could he even rip into? Where are your Shufflers? Did you take... Wait. Are you even a Shizu tier? Did you take out all of your Shizu cards for game 2 and 3? Where are the Shufflers? You're playing Ghost Spell instead of the Shufflers, maybe, aren't you? You have nothing banished, nothing in the grave. What is going on? Dark with nothing in the graveyard to Reborn. Nothing. Making room, though, to discard for Sharon. Get ready for the Sharon Mill 3. And... all right, we have Hovness. Hovness, you cannot fuse with the face down Rhino. No shuffles from either player. He's got 0 cards in his graveyard. All right, returning back into the deck. This is gonna be our Kit Cal. Kit Cal on summon will activate to search or send a Tearlament. Now, you can't use Kit Cal to send and summon from the graveyard if you have no room. Can't do it. So are we making room? Or are we going in? Dweller can't boost up the dark monsters. Everything else is dark. Dweller just boosting itself. That's the lethal music sound. Going in for 2200, 350. Activating Dweller to turn off the ability to use the dark in the graveyard. You're not going to be searching. Cam is your Meta Championship Series champion. Let's go. $1,000 to Cam. 2-0 victory. Let's go. Wow. Woo. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was good. That was good. That was beautiful. And yeah, they had a lot of time to make their plays. They made them well. They did good stuff, and good job to both of them. I don't think he's main decking Bell. I think he took the shufflers out for game 2 and game 3. We had a 15-card side deck for today's events. Good job. And Gia, let me know when the decks are ready. All right. Deck lists are coming up next. Stay tuned. Let's go. And if you are kind enough to follow the channel, if you enjoyed the stream, I'd appreciate that greatly. I check the follows after the stream, and it makes me happy. Thank you. Next time we stream, I'm going to be doing leaks. Leaks. Konami is, it looks like they're delaying the core app update to stop leaks, but I'm still leaking. I don't know. I got the leaks still. They ain't stopping them. That's fine with me. And so far what I've leaked, incidentally, these were not official leaks, but what I've leaked so far, just so you know, you don't have to hear from other people, I've only leaked 2 things. I leaked, and these aren't real leaks, so don't get excited. Article's up. I leaked that I know when this is coming. So, just means soon. So I'll tell you, this is within 3 months. And I also leaked that the next pack, the literal next pack, that because of the latest YCS, I was like, oh, that's what those cards do. And it's coming next pack. So, you know, some people have made some good guesses on what that deck type is based off of that. Or that could mean nothing for you. All right, but next stream, which will be... What's the stream day, Gia? Sunday, April 23rd. I'll probably be doing a random stream before this, but we'll be doing leaks. I'm also thinking I'm going to be doing a bit of YouTube videos on some of the non-stream days. I was thinking, like, do I want to do duel replays on stream or just do them off stream? It's maybe just like easier to do off stream. All right, now, are you ready for the tier list and the top decks? The tier list and the top decks. All right. Let's make sure that this is good. Let me click on this. All right. So I could turn this off and that off. Okay. Are you ready? $2,000 MCS. It is time. The Meta Championship Series Top 16 breakdown. I am afraid. I do not want to look. We're also going to look at the tier list. 12 Tearlament in the top 16. 1 branded Despia. 1 Floowandereeze. 1 Mekk-Knights. And you know, the branded Despia and the Mekk-Knights are both using Tearlament in their deck. But you know, we didn't want to put them under Tearlament. I might just call them Mekk-Knight Tearlament and branded Despia Tearlament. I think we might be doing that so they could stand out more. 1 Swordsoul Tenyi, and that's it. What the? So we're gonna have to really hone in on why these decks were able to do well. Branded Despia and Mekk-Knights both played Tearlaments. That's probably why they were able to do well. Now, let's start from the bottom, then we'll go to the top, we'll look at the tier list, and maybe we have tier 0 going on. Wait, I'll just spoil it right now. We didn't make tier 0. It's got to be 60. We set it to 60. We set it to 60% of the total tournament top index. There's other community tournaments happening. So when we get their results, so if you are running a community tournament today, get your deck list to us quickly so we could just get this over with. Let's make this tier 0. Come on, let's go. It's tier 0 time, wake up. Now, let's get to the decks. Make it 100. All right, let's go. Starting off from the bottom to the top. Crippling nicotine addiction. What? Okay. Cyberstein is spicy. Randomly mill the Cyberstein, and here's the total main deck. I don't want to zoom out too much. And if you randomly mill it, you then make your Sprite Elf, then Elf Reborn Cyberstein, make the Naturia Exterio for infinite negate. That is insane. Really good for, it's probably much only going to happen turn 1. Anything else interesting? Cross out Designate. I don't think everyone's going to be playing that. People are playing around the impermanence, and they're going to play right into Droplet, probably. The way to play around Droplet is you wait for them to Droplet, you chain Sulliek, then you chain Dweller to your own trap, because they're generally not going to send a trap. Got Fairy Tale Snow. We're also going to see there might be some Tearlament players not playing Millers at all. And I think we'll look at the side deck of pretty much just the top decks, because I don't want to focus too much on that. Now, what did it take for Swordsoul to do well in today's event? So got Pariah. We have not main deck and D-Fissure like the last Swordsoul player. We also have, we had triple Heavenly Dragon Circle. Wow, you're not really that much anti-Tearlament, and you did well. Good on you. I think your deck's going to be playing a ton of Bystials when they come out, and that will be really good for Swordsoul. So if you're a Swordsoul fan, wait for Bystials. Don't hang up your deck. Just wait. I think the representation will jump up, and then, he goes into the D-Shifter afterward. Very good. Now, Mundo. Maxi, of course, and playing the Rainbow Bridge. A lot of people are torn on this. All right, and we got 1 Droplet, 2 Imperm. You play around 1, you pretty much get hit by the other. We got Ghost Bell, Max Millers here. Anything too interesting? Exciton Knight in Tornado Dragon. I like Exciton Knight. I'm really disappointed there's no Exosister in the top 16. What the heck? Yurievna, I really thought there'd be Exosister. 2 Crow, triple Maxi, 1 Diviner. That 1 Diviner makes the Elf more deadly, being able to send an Entis, pop a card, being able to make the Baron to floor, reborn it on your turn, then go into the Baron. Very good. Main deck and evenly match. Evenly match, Maxi, looking good. Let's keep on going. Jay Collins, FR. Did I say this person's name too? Yurievna, thank you. And looking at here, we got King of the Swamp just at 2. It's good to be making the Chimera. You could also, on Double Fusion, instead of making a Mood Dragon and kick Kalos, you could just go right into Root Kalos and kick Kalos. Still playing the Shufflers. I should say the Millers, that is. Of course, you're playing the Shufflers. We got Goddess, double of the Dragostapelia, which is easier to summon on your first turn. You use your Root Kalos on a monster to make it with your Polymerization. Very good. Triple Tactics Talent. Let's keep on going. We have Snitrox. Anything crazy here? The 1 Diviner. Not everyone's playing the Orange Light. Maining Super Poly. That is interesting. Super Poly with the Starving Venom Dragon. Okay. And, okay, Winda. Yep, you got the Beast. So Beast into Winda. Not playing Squamata with it. Okay. Moving on. We have Alita Coroner. Alita Coroner with the Mass Change too. Let's go. Target your monster that's below level 6. That's a Dark. And you get to summon your Dark Law. Everything gets banished just for your opponent. Everything. Exciton Knight, looking good. Okay, we'll be looking at the side deck later, or, let me know in the comments if there's anything crazy that I missed in the side deck. Because some people went full Sprite in the side deck. Just 15 Sprite cards, and they just went in. Terra Mare. Anything, this is really, Skullmeister. Ghost Spell, Skullmeister, DD Crow. The Ghost Spell and Skullmeister, they could be Chainlink blocked. Skullmeister could be normal summon into a rank 4 Exceed. It's good for making Mood Dragon because it's dark. Good. Interesting. And the Skullmeister stops any card effect activating in the graveyard. It's not just monster. It can stop the Sulliek. So if they turn one Sulliek, get them. And it's not hard once per turn. So negate, let's go. Good job. I used to, ooh, and we got the Zodiac engine. I love it, I love it. Dryden, make the Chaka-9 first. I played this when Fire and Ice Hand became popular. That was my secret tech. And you can't damage step use it now, but back in my day, this was usable in the damage step, okay? Which was wrong, but it was true. Konami allowed it in the damage step, and I did do that because they let me. All right, let's go. Necro Fear, 40 cards. Everyone's playing 40, of course. We got everything standard. We got Shadow in here, one Diviner, triple King of the Swamp, good for going second. And, you know, sometimes if, you know, a lot of people are getting their Kick Kalos negated by Imperm, right? Well, Poly on that negated Kick Kalos, you still get to mill 5, you still get to make your Root Kalos. We have Borolo Dragon, which is good for stealing your opponent's Avermax. They Avermax you, yoink it. Or, you know, Goddess is too, another way that people are doing it. All right, let's keep on going. We have Titacon. Titacon with the Salvation, triple Tactics Talent, triple Imperm, maining that Cosmic Cyclone, triple King of the Swamp. I mean, the higher we're going, I'm seeing King of the Swamps. I know people are hating on it right now. I know that. King of the Swamp with the Millennium Eyes Restrict. Suck up a hand trap or suck up material that's trying to fuse in the graveyard. Just suck it up and it's just forever negated. But even your own copy. What? Blackluster Soldier of Chaos, Keck waits? Okay. This is like playing Avermax. Interesting. You know, you make it make it 4,500 and it's untargetable. I guess it could be difficult to deal with. Interesting. Chad. And I guess we can start looking at the extra deck now. The side deck, that is. Triple Winter Cherries, banish the Kit Kalos. They can return it with Crime, but how about you banish their Dweller? Banish Dweller, and then we saw how impactful Dweller was, so just rip it out of their extra deck. They have no way to return it back. All right, looking good. Sepla. I think every Tearlament deck's playing all the millers, right? Because we're side deck, you could just side it out. But I'd be more interested when our weekly tournaments go back to no side deck, what people are going to be doing. King of the Swamp, I'm seeing a lot of it. Kaliga with the King of the Swamps, quite interesting. Can shut down the most of the turn, that is. They can only activate one monster effect and one attack, but it's, you know, it's both players. Change of Hearts, okay, interesting. Nice. All right, let's keep on going. Anything too crazy here? Let's keep on going. I'm seeing some Tearlament players not playing Foolish Burial, which I think a lot of people believed would be a staple card, at least even for, you know, just send a Miller if you wanted to go nuts against a rogue deck. Now we got the Spice. 47 card. I gotta zoom this out a little bit. Plunt. So here's the main deck. Take a gander at it. Mekk-Knight, I'm loving it. We got the negate traps with the World Key, negate monsters with the World Legacy Secret, and a lot of people, even if they know that the Mekk-Knights work in the columns, they still don't read Morning Star. Because Morning Star, you want to be in the same column as the Mekk-Knight, and then it, you know, gets confusing, and it takes no battle damage, and then it doesn't even die. Crazy. The lib plays are pretty cool there. Triple Kurikara. Are you crazy? What the? Who are you Kurikaring? All right, interesting. We got the World Legacy Whisper here. Moving on. I like this. I got to play this. I've been looking for spicy ways to play Mekk-Knights, and I don't want any Mekk-Knight purists to get upset that this deck's called Mekk-Knight on the website. I could separate it. We could change the name to Mekk-Knight Tearlament, but I don't want it listed under Tearlament, and maybe it also shouldn't be listed under Mekk-Knight. All right, Floowandereeze, 40 cards clean. Search that DD Crow. Good job, Flamingo. And what is interesting? Main deck and triple evenly. Triple Dimensional Fissure. Triple Book of Moon to dodge negates. Okay, dodge the Sulliek. It is important. All right, what else is good? Triple Max C. Side deck, anything too crazy? What the heck? I don't even want to read this. We have, okay, the Prohibition. Prohibit Kikalos. Okay, let's keep on going. Good job to you, Flamingo. And then, Mobile EX. What else? The rerun's gonna be on YouTube, my friend. So check it. I don't know if we're gonna upload it tonight or tomorrow. So if you missed the tournament, we're gonna upload it right after this. Mobile X, 40 card branded Despia Tearlament. Again, we don't wanna list this under Tearlament. Maybe also not under branded Despia, maybe its own separate deck type. Unless this is the new way to play branded Despia, then we just keep it that way. Triple Super Poly, very good. I kept mentioning this because, you know, I want to play Branded Fusion, but then you can't make Dweller. Can't do it. Looking at the extra deck, no Dweller. Triple Appointer, abusing, you know when you're going to go first, side in 3 Appointer. That's why TCG put it to 1, because they thought that was toxic. So take advantage of it. Very good. Droll in Lockbird, evenly matched. Beautiful. I'm copying this and the Mekk-Knight deck, definitely. Moving on. Also, by the way, if you didn't know this, I'm gonna do it right now. Click that, it goes in game. It's importing. One button, it's in my game now, I could show you. Okay, let's keep going. All right, next deck. I'll show you after the first place if I remember. Squid, second place. Squid, you weren't using the name Squid in the finals. What the heck, mate? you fools keep changing your names during the tournaments. Secret Identity. 40 cards clean. Shadow Beast. Okay, looking good. We got the Zodiac cards in the extra deck. Heartbeat in the main. Double DD Crow. We got, yup. Very good. No Foolish Burial. Looking at the extra, the side deck that Baguska had to make room for Dugaris and the Zodiac cards. And, you know, maybe it was between Goddess and the Baguska, and he probably sides between those 2 cards. Very good. Looking at the extra deck triple evenly. We got the Twin Twist. Nice. Second Heartbeat. And then your first place deck list. Come on, play King of the Swamp. Let's go. I know there's a lot of King of the Swamp haters, and they're hating on me. They're like, DK started the King of the Swamp trend. I'm getting blamed for it, even though I see like Asian players playing it.
He like a card.
Oh, what the? Oh, Cam Neal, yes, let's go. Triple Tactics Talent. No crime in the main. That's a crime. Probably side deck it, right? We'll see. Let's look at the full extra. Good job, Cam Neal. Duel Links OG. Duel Links player just clapped everyone. Wow. So here's the extra deck here, and we triple DD Crow. So I did have that feeling. All of your ghost spells were in your side deck. Yup. No Foolish Burial goods. No goods. DD Crow good for making the Mood Dragon. Very nice. And anything that's not standard here, it's just clean. 3 Imperm, 3 Max C, Orange Light, triple DD Crow, and the Zodiacs. It's time to bump up the numbers. We need more people playing the Zodiacs. It's too good. 4 Material Zeus, Poppage with the Dryden, it's too good. Triple Ghost Bell, triple Dark World No More, triple Twin Twister. We got the Heartbeat, not in the main deck. The Crime is in the side deck. Very good. So Cam Neal, congratulations for winning $1,000. What is your profile pic? You're holding a Yu-Gi-Oh mat? What is this? Well, I make sure it's like safe for work. Wait. Cam Neal is a Duel Links player and a TCG player
Not just Duel Links.
and a Master Duel player.
Not
He
Duel Links.
plays everything.
He's a cross duel player.
Oh my Jesus, he's #1 in Cross Duel also. Cam Neal, congratulations, my friend. Thank you. And maybe we could do a separate article with the player interview if he's up for it. If not, and he could share any of his social medias if he wants to pump that out. And I do want to show you a cool little trick here. Hold up. So I showed you that you can copy the deck with 1 button push. So we copied this deck already, and I'm going to also copy the Mekk-Knight deck and to show you that it's 1 button. 1 button. So now I'm going to be going back to the game, and I'll show you where you could find it in game now. So I one button Mekk-Knight and the branded Despia. Where's the decks? Let's go to decks. Let's delete a deck here. Shoot. Let's delete this. And then copy from link deck list. Here are the decks. Unless you think I pre-made this deck before the tournament. And the Mekk-Knight deck. Let's go. It's one button. One button. So all you have to do, there you go. It's set it right here. Importing done. Check your decks in game. So if it's your first time doing it, it will link you to the Master Duel Meta Assistant on Google Chrome extension or Chromium browser extension or Firefox. And then you could set it to where it's just one button click, instant import. And you could also do the same from exporting your deck from in-game. So let's say I wanted you all to see this deck, which you really do not want to see this deck. I could export this deck, yes, export deck list to the website. And now I could go to, if we want to do that, we go to deck builder. And then under the deck builder, let's put this on the better view. Let's do this, and then we'll do that. All right, now I'm gonna import from a Yu-Gi-Oh! DB deck. So this is gonna go to their website. And I'm gonna show you that we have an official collaboration with Konami. Look at that, Synchro Shizu Runic deck. Look at that, export to MDM. Keck, wait, what the, yes. DK and Konami, we are one. And there you go, the extension does all of that. So I appreciate you all very much. Gee, am I missing anything before we say our farewells? And this is the YouTube video. You're gonna see this on YouTube. And if you're already watching on YouTube, I love you very much. Thank you for the immense support. We'll be doing leaks on the next stream. So we'll get leaking and all that good stuff. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are out, thank you. Pinkish Crimson, thank you. Says best streams on Twitch for real. Thank you for the 2 months, my friend. I appreciate that. Leroy Jenkins, thank you for the 17 with the winky face. Tier 0 is here, you know it. Darley's the 32, thank you, thank you. Vanity Uwu, time to unban VFD, chill. Eric 33 with the tier 1, beautiful Tay. Back in my days, Cyber Angels were tier 0. Yes, thank you. Angry Beard with the gifted sub, dealing mine. Jesse Tiger with the Prime for 20 months. Player Gamer, can you send me back to the Shadow Realm? Player Gamer, back to the Shadow Realm. Black Stallion with the 8, 4 months watching your streams. Keep up the good work, Mr. Streamer. Thank you. Raptor Crash 59. Hey, it's me, the anti-tier meta player. Welcome, my friend. 15 months. Nate River with the 7. NC the Beast of the 10 months, and Mr. Snacks with the 47. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all are amazing, and we are out. I'll see you on the next stream in the 20-something, the 23rd, or a stream before then randomly. All right, we're good?